Why are we white knighting so much for the girl? Like, she don't know y'all. I don't know who's lying here, to be honest with you, Chad. Both of them could be lying. I have no idea. I am on team no one on this one, bro. I am not. I want to believe Bran because I feel like it's the soft best ending. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's the best ending. All right, so Bran fucked up on some things, took accountability. Some things are misconstrued out of context. I don't see why he would even do that. The things that people are suggesting, why would he even do it? I don't see the why there. And that's it. Like, sure, that makes sense. Everything clicks. Sure. I feel like that's the good ending. This, what Saint is doing right now, that is not the good ending. That's a cliffhanger. Now we need more. And it's like, fuck. Both of them are not helping their cases a lot, man. I feel like they're doing a decent job at exposing the opposition. But in sometimes, like, as they try to, like, paint a narrative against the other opposition, they just don't help it themselves. Like, both of them are just Jesus. Love how a chatter over there is saying Hassan of Gacha Gaming. Someone in my comments said Saint is Asian Hassan. Oh man, Genshin community is not like the Nazis. It's like, what? Okay, I'm starting to see why someone said he's Asian Piker. He's Asian Hassan Piker. Okay, now I see what you were cooking there, bro. Now I see it. I'm late to the party. I haven't seen this clip before. Now I see why that commenter said he's Asian Hassan Piker. Now I get it. See, these people, they don't care about brand. They don't care about Saint. They don't care about Genshin. They don't care about They don't care about none of that shit. They're using that. They're using it to be able to have an excuse for their shit behavior. Because what they care about is to lash out. That's what they care about. Man, boy, ain't none of them kudu bats care about Saintontas' ass. Ain't none of them Hoyoshos care about Brand's ass. Nah, they don't give a fuck. And we know it. You know it. It's just very hard to recognize because of the shield they're using, and that's why they use it. Because if you are to recognize them for exactly what they are, they lose a lot of spark, don't they? Because you can easily dismiss them then. Oh yeah. It's like, there's just, oh, so you're one of those, huh? So you're just weird in the head, huh? That's all you are. Okay. Well, I know exactly what you do with your kind. That's it. Because if you are to do that to them, they don't get any power. So they need that, so that way they get your attention and you try to discuss with them. And that's how they get you. Because now they got your attention, and that's what they're seeking. And once they have it, they're going to try to grandstand on you. This thing is 1 hour and 32 minutes long. Welcome back to a drama so sweet. Even Candybug subscribed. In today's video, it seems that BranOnline's response has left some things in the dark. Or so it seems. I'm not sure. Because apparently Saint made a whole 1 hour and 32-minute video in response to... I had to check. That's why I'm here in this timestamp. I had to check that if he's aware that he responded, because I feel like Bran's response was to the point. I feel like he clarified everything, took accountability for the mistakes he made. I feel like it was a clear-cut case, right? Like, it's just done. Well, I guess not. And here we go again. For God knows how much now. Ain't no one farming this as much as I am, by the way. Holla at your boy for being the farmer that he is. Oh yeah, like I said in my previous video, if you need any mats, holla at your boy. I'm out here farming.
I'm just being honest with you.
This is 1 hour and 32 minutes long. We're here for some time, man. We're gonna be here for some time. Grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, grab what you need. We're gonna fast speed this up a little bit, so that way we we lower how long this takes. But we're here for some rides, because I don't know what is else to say. It could be just a case of Saint having an issue with someone, because I think Saint had an issue with Bran in the past, and in classic Saint fashion, he's gonna always come at you because you came at him once upon a time. And because of that, here we are. So without further ado, let's get active. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to not miss any updates.
I guess I better go subscribe to VXV Gacha.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again. And
we don't want you to be back at it again. Can we just move on? We don't want you to be back at it again. Like, God damn it.
We're back for the third video in this saga over here, where we are watching a house of cards crafted by one of the most... I think the best word to just use here is like one of the most made creators in the space. Because I have never seen such pearl-clutching, virtue signaling, pretending to be offended, and of course, minimizing their own wrongdoings.
He was a little sweet, yeah, sure, but I wouldn't call it bitch made. Oh, but I forgot. Saint is too tough, right? Ugh, my apologies. Yeah, we all gotta be so cold and so tough online. Big boys here, big boys. Hey, for all the men out there, you ain't the only men in the house. They big boys. Yes, that's right.
I've never seen it done to this level before. And we finally got a response from BranOnline regarding the candy bug situation. And this one has already gotten pretty viral. And of course, it's already led to me getting a bit of flack for my most recent response to him, where I went through a deleted Twitch VOD that he had, that he re-uploaded after being called out. It's a fact. He deleted the VOD, re-uploaded it, and now he's trying to go with a different narrative. And he is lying.
Yeah, Saint can easily frame it that way. Because considering how he just privated it or deleted the VOD or whatever, it doesn't make him look good. It doesn't. And I think it can make, considering what the context and the framing Saint is setting up here, one can easily go with it because Bran must have responded to the entire situation and the VOD out of context clips because people like Saint were, let's just say, had their hands on the VOD anyway. Therefore, the preemptive measure you took to not make those clips see the light of day, it didn't work. So now you have to respond. You're forced into responding. Considering the framing Saint is making it make sense, but I kind of want to believe Bran is, you know, he's not lying. I don't think he's the type of guy to lie, or maybe he's a little too sweet in certain things that can cover up for the fact that he lied about certain things. So let's see, man. Let's see if we can confirm it. But considering the framing and how the series of event inconvenience works, the framing that Saint is setting up makes more sense than what Bran is selling. It's just that I feel like we just want to believe Bran because, you know, he's sweet like that.
Every single step of the way to try to defend himself from the really bad takes. Not bad takes, but the bad looks that are coming from this video that, of course, he's getting some flack for. And this is the thing. Bran is over-exaggerating and, to a degree, gaslighting. And I would even go so far as to say outright just lying.
It's just that the people in the comments are blowing things out of proportion, and he's just matching their level, really. That's what I feel like.
About the stuff that's happening to him to garner some sympathy. And, of course, keep attacking Candybug. Keep pushing the issue when she's somebody that has gone through a lot of harassment over the past couple of weeks as a result of the Genshin community. And, of course, we'll just play it again. It all culminated with the Genshin community sending her a bunch of death threats, saying that they're doxing her.
Some people in the Genshin community. Some people. Not everybody. I remember, I think I was on Saint's stream. I came up, I pulled up, just, you know, I just wanted to see what's happening. And I don't know if this is on this video. I'm assuming that it is. Because I remember when I pulled up to stream, he was talking about Bran and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the hell is even going on at this point? Because I think there's DMs, because even in the thumbnail, he says DMs are leaked. And I'm curious, because I knew we were probably going to talk about this, but I didn't know we were going to talk about it for an hour and a half long. So anyway, here we are. This is a little bit of context in case you see me recognizing some things, because I've seen a little bit of this on stream, but just a little bit. Because when I know that I'm going to be talking and reacting to something later, I like to just click off, so that way, you know, you guys can always see legit first time react, right? You just get it fresh out of the bag.
Well, and that's the situation. That's the setting. And realistically, people knew that this person was getting death
Tecto making a cameo appearance.
threats. They had all these issues, all these troubles for the longest time. And this is one of the clips. Just know Brad is going to say this clip is out of context.
Want to see my clips? The mags. They're mags.
We're going to watch a whole minute and 30 seconds of this. You let me know what's out of context.
Overthinking everything. It's like, bro, you utilize this for your thinking. Do you really think the simplest explanation for Linnea really liking Melusines is the fact that she's a pervert? Or do you think it's because she's just never seen them before and she's amazed by them. What's the easiest correlation to make there? Like
I'm providing context that's not even relevant for the upcoming clip. I am intentionally actually playing too much of the video.
You gotta utilize your own logic if you're gonna put this at the end of the video and call everybody else out for it. You have to. You have to.
Recommended it.
Just to let you know how little context you actually needed. The real clip starts over here. I just played extra to let you know that's how little context you need.
Have to.
Recommended it.
No, that was
easier.
good context. Okay.
Not everything is some kind of conspiracy. You can feel free to say how much.
Yet again, you're so close.
Recommended it easier.
It is.
Not
She is very close to just like the nail and the head. Genuinely.
everything is some kind of conspiracy. You can feel free to say how much you think I'm.
The real clip starts here.
Okay.
You can feel free to say how much you think I'm a waste of space or whatever. I'm probably not going to read it, to be honest. I've gotten enough DMs already.
Okay.
And that's the clip. You don't need the context of him looking at the death threats. He just stares at them for 10 seconds and his first reaction is a giggle. That's the clip. And so Bran will tell you that is out of context, that his first reaction to looking at death threats for 10 seconds of observation is to laugh. He'll tell you that's out of context. I played all of that extra part of the video to let you know there was no context.
What was the follow-up to that? Well, hold on. He did talk about it later.
Need to know what the previous
you need to
topic was about
continue.
to know that his actions here are fucking weird. So now let's play Bran's video itself. Let's listen to what he has to say to defend himself in this matter.
We're going to talk about a few things, and I think it's only fair that I go over all of these details because I'm seeing a lot of out-of-context clips.
Yes, we're watching Saint reacting to Bran and me reacting to Saint reacting to Bran. That's right.
It's being
In the first 6 seconds,
We have a react
you
section.
can't wave all of my video as just out-of-context clips when we just proved nothing was out of context. Bran, she said she got death threats. You looked at them for 10 seconds.
Well, you didn't finish. You didn't follow up. There's a follow-up there, and I think it's important. If I remember, he did say this is bad, this is this is that.
Then your first reaction was to giggle. That is purely in context.
I'll be honest, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think Saint is being too much of a saint here. When I saw some of the messages, I thought some of them were funny. I did. That's not me undermining the severity of the actions being done. I just thought some of the line, because that's not concerning me. They're not at me. I just thought that sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes even when they're at me, I just think they're funny. I love seeing people that mad online. It just, I think that shit is funny as hell. I do. That's just me though. I feel like I'm a bit of a troll. A bit, not a lot, because of that. Like nothing makes my day more than when I play a PvP game, I'm owning someone so much, they start flaming. They start just accusing me of cheating. They start calling me names. I'm like, God damn, boy, why are you so mad? Especially with how creative the insults are. I think there's an art to it. I think that's just funny. I do. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend otherwise. I think that can be funny. Again, this is subjective, so take it as you will. Obviously, for optics, the social acceptable thing is to just not laugh necessarily. But I think that's just somewhat disingenuous, and like you're just doing it for optics. It's performative, and I think people won't take kindly to that. Just be honest. Do I agree with the sentiment behind those messages and stuff? No. But from a neutral standpoint, considering I'm looking at them as non-death threats or anything, I'm just looking at the messages like that, like random DMs about me making a video about a video game that sells anime girls. Yes, there's self-inserts and stuff like that made it very worse and made it not about the video game really at that point. That may or may not make some people think that's okay. I don't think it's okay still. But looking at them from a completely neutral point of view, I think they're low-key funny, man. That just means that, like, waste of sperm was funny to me. I think it was.
Because there's nothing else. The first minute of the video.
But again, like, Saint can't take advantage of the optics that society expects to frame Bran bad and use that in his, let's just say, revenge against Bran. That hey, game's game, fair is fair. He can do this. This is a bullet in his chamber that he can easily use, and he will. Oh, I'm just telling you guys exactly what's going on. I'm just not excusing any behavior here. This is kind of why I'm here.
for like the preceding minute of that segment. We just saw it provides nothing to the death threats. You don't need to know anything that was said over here to see your reaction and realize that was fucked up. But he just waves it away as out of context.
Taken and spread in a lot of places, and I realized this when I woke up this morning to a bunch of very unkind messages.
You want to see the unkind messages Bran was talking about? Because this is the thing. I now need to show Bran's DMs. Hope you're ready for this one. Because this is what he sent me last night. You want to know when he sent this shit to me? Bro, it was at 2 a.m. Let's read this. Okay, so I'm going to put this out here one time. I wake up to a literal flood of comments and bombardment from people calling me a pedophile to tell me they know where I live and worse. This didn't happen. He provided no proof of this to me. Do you want to see where he provided proof instead? He said this. He said all of these things happened. People calling him a PDF. They know where he lives and worse. I have the actual comments. He equated this to being called a pedophile. This also has 1 like from 12 hours ago. He got 1 guide and said, this is my community calling him a pedophile. A 12-hour ago, 1 like comment saying, let me...
I don't like how Saint downplays when shit is being done through him and he over-exaggerates what people do. I hope he can save what he's... Because I see what he's doing here. I hope he can fix it by saying, now, I do not encourage this one guy in any shape or form, right? This is the type of behavior that is not okay, right? Like, y'all should stop that. But it is a one guy, right? I think this is a very important disclaimer to be added to the, let's just say, the line of play Saint is going on right now. If he doesn't, there's a little bit of hypocrisy there, 100%.
Drop this. If I was a kid, still, I wouldn't trust Bran offline as a trusted adult gang. This is you being called a pedophile. Let me replay your own statement for you.
After all that's happened, I honestly feel like I can't even look at this game the same way anymore. This fandom is so incredibly toxic, and I guess I was stupid to think that they wouldn't jump down my throat at every...
Okay, listen, I'm really trying to give the benefit of the doubt here. You cannot act like you were a 100% victim here.
Bran, you just somehow conflated comments like this to you being accused of crimes. And then, because they got liked by 1 person, the guy has 4 subs and it's 12 hours ago, you're saying that you're getting bombarded by comments.
Well, hold on. What makes you think you couldn't find a lot of those comments because they were hidden? Because, you know, you gotta... Maybe this one slipped through the cracks and that's the only one you managed to find. But the others, you kind of have to hide them. I feel like it's very important. I feel like we're kind of missing some context here, some more context. I hope maybe Bran can maybe just tweet out the comments and stuff like that. I mean, let me see. Maybe he did. Yeah, I don't think he didn't tweet that. All right, let's see BranOnline's YouTube, maybe a YouTube post. So yeah, he just he didn't really showcase any comment or anything like that. So well, tough luck. Unfortunately, we couldn't find any. I guess one last point of research we can do is go to the video in question. Farah Awad, damn, I'm so unemployed. Me too, man. Me too. I feel like that's all of us right now. So all I can see is people just calling out Saint. Really? Candybugs video makes me hate the Genshin community even more because they can't take criticism immediately, acting toxic. Aside from myself to do the fandom and only play the game for myself. We'll stop watching content. We'll stop supporting content creators, and I will only look for a bit of Pinterest fan art. Better to prepare myself better. The Genshin community is the worst I've ever witnessed. There's no joy in this fandom, only hatred. I hope you all will understand one day that you can ruin a real person's life with your toddler-like behavior. But I don't have hope because it's the Genshin community and they are just psychopaths. This is the problem with what's happening right now, is that you will have people like this that look to the community and go, yeah, I can't be seen hanging out with y'all. And understandably so. Again, your community is literally gathering a brain-dead subhumans. They call anyone grapist just because they disagree with them. There's another proof of my claims on y'all. Keep deleting my comments though, since it hurts your subhuman feelings. You still have 10 active comments on my channel. The only possible is the one calling me a PDF, which is now internalized in someone else's video. Happy to clarify. This might be a bot getting upvotes through changing own accounts. I haven't seen them in other channels doing this. I have seen them in other channels doing the same thing. Okay, so well, here's one. So I guess this is the one guy. Is it the same guy, Constantly Dark? No, this is the oldest dream. Okay, so we found one. We managed to find one. I guess Bran still kept him here. But obviously, as we can see, Bran has been hiding some of his comments where he is literally being called a PDF because, once again, just like the extreme mob of the Genshin Impact community is doing, going crazy and using a sentiment to be aggressive and mean towards someone, people are using what Saint is painting for Bran to be exactly the very thing now Saint is complaining about. This is the problem with really the internet, is that people don't recognize the hypocrisy of their own actions because they cannot see the results of their actions, because sometimes someone else is hiding them to defend themselves, just like Bran is right now. Because Bran has to, well, he has to hide those bad comments like that, because that's crazy. You can't just keep them up like that. Okay, we have another one. Yo, the amount of people sucking online D is crazy. Holy loyal regards. How hypocrite you are when you D-suck your father Clown Tontas and getting fed poop by him. He's got to be British or something. And people in Genshin, as well as many in WoW community like BranOnline, gonna cry. I hope your father remains relevant for WoW story after 3.5 WoW quest. You're the regard here. The fuck. Ironic Limfao. That's from Bran. So yeah, there it is, man. No, it's not a one guy, and considering some of them are getting hidden, yeah, no, it's not a one guy. Debunked. Yeah, so sorry, Saints, we are not buying.
Guys, he sent me another one. If y'all brigade his new video and send blank threats, he might finally understand what it feels like to be a victim. Bran sent me this as proof that my community is harassing him. This has 0 likes in 10 hours. And Bran also has 3 replies to this comment that he decided not to show me. I left this one up because the comments were good. If y'all brigade his new video and send blank, he might finally... No, we're better than that. You don't fight fire with fire. All it will do is give them more fuel to attack back. Guys, it doesn't matter. Bran will attack anyways. There was no fuel, obviously, right? We can see that my community is overwhelmingly saying, don't do that.
I am not buying. I don't know if you guys are buying this one. I am not buying. The problem is not the overarching majority. It's obviously, once again, the aggressive, loud minority. Those are the problem. And we've seen the comments. Maybe Bran didn't do the best job in giving you the really, really bad ones. But no, there's those people. Yes, they're not the majority, but unfortunately, they are that annoying.
He's being downloaded to shit and it's got 0 likes. Despite 14 hours and the comment is still up. Bran, you want to know what your community said about me within hours of your video being posted? 1 hour ago, 69 likes. Let's see what your community's upvoting, Bran, about me in your comment section. Keep in mind, people, the only reason that...
Well, first of all, because he's trying to make it about upvotes and stuff like that. Of course, the Genshin mob is going to have more upvotes because the Genshin mob is the one looking more closely at the situation than any other part of the community, because it's about Genshin Impact. And most of them like Bran. Of course, they're going to upvote each other, and, you know, they have a strong community spirit going on right now. Like, of course, they're going to upvote each other more than people from a different part of the community in terms of gacha.
Certain people think that Bran was advocating for Candybug getting doxxed in DT or calling her any names was because of Rapetontas, aka Saint. Bran, I have people calling me a rapist in your comment section because of Mr. Pokey's stupid fucking thumbnails. And you're out here virtue signaling about this. You're out here crying, bitching, moaning to me about how you're getting bombarded by comments as I'm being called a rapist in your comment section. And this is a top upvoted comment. And this is the thing, guys. I told this stupid motherfucker just as much. So let's read this. I wake up to a...
hold on.
And this is a top upvoted comment. And this is the thing. In your comment, moaning to me about how you're getting bombarded by comments as I'm being called a rapist in your comment section.
Well, this is in his comment section. God, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it won't be here anymore, but we can try. Yeah, I tried to see him or see Saintontas. I don't know. Maybe my research thingy's buggy or there isn't any. So yeah, I think he removed it.
And this is a top upvoted comment. And this is the thing, guys. I told this stupid motherfucker just as much. So let's read this. I wake up to a literal flood of comments. Guys, these are the 3 he sent me.
He's just an example. Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
These are the only 3 he could send me. And when I show you the full conversation chain, he's gonna look so bad, it's crazy. Also, where's this one? To telling me they know where I live and where. He only sent me these 3. Guys, he only sent me these 3 messages. There's nothing about where he lives. I think he just made that one up for fun because there's no proof. Come on, brother, man. You know as well as I do, that's some fucking bullshit. Oh, sorry. All because it seems like... It seems he doesn't even know. So Bran over here confirms he hasn't watched my video and he doesn't actually know what clips I reacted to. So he proves over here he doesn't know because it seems you picked a few sections. He didn't watch it. A 2-hour-long react to show people that I was trying to what? Send blank threats to someone. Come on, brother, man. You know as much as I do. That's some fucking bullshit. My reaction was honestly pretty mild. Yeah, I'll take your word for it, bro. Especially, yeah, you're totally not on the record lying already. She said some things that triggered a lot of people. You're taking small segments out of context, like me calling her racist.
Is he saying that he lied because of the comments he sent? What? Saying should have been a cop or something. Prosecutor, there we go. He should be a prosecutor.
Racist. You didn't call her racist. You introduced the topic of racism into the video, and then suddenly everyone's calling her racist afterwards. And so I said, there's simply a correlation over here. Bran introduces the topic of racism, and now she starts getting called a racist. And if people connect the dots, that's not my...
No, people are stupid. Those people are stupid. It's that simple. But she was alluding to racism. That's just... Okay, duh.
fucking fault. Maybe it's your fault for bringing up racism in the fucking video. And I say just as much here. And here's the proof of it. And here's the proof that Bran nor his community actually watched my video and still said it's out of context. That's how Bran opened up the video. And this is what I said about it. She's insinuating Hoya versus racist. It's racism.
I wonder why that is.
Racism is the reason she's thinking.
All in line. Is anything out of context here? Because Bran said it was out of context. And so, when that's what's said in one of the biggest Genshin CC ever, his react video to yours, it's kind of obvious, right? That there's going to be people that end up...
Well, there was a follow-up to this. He does explain what he's trying to say there. Like, she is trying to say racism. Yeah. Which there was a strong implication that she was insinuating racism. Yeah.
Calling you racist as a result of this. We can see what's going on over here. Right? So yes, Bran, I didn't say you called her racist. I said that you introducing the topic of racism, and of course saying that she's the one that said it, is going to get people to call her racist. That little piece of bullshit, right? It doesn't check out either. If you actually look past the Control F transcript, you'll clearly see...
You know what? He makes a decent point here. The fact is, you have to be a few steps ahead. With great power comes great responsibility. And when you're a big CC, you should be mindful that when you say some things, there will be idiots that do that. Always give disclaimers. Those help you a lot. If you know you're going to have a minority that's very vocal and extreme in their behavior. And also, you probably will, considering the game you are covering and the space you're in. And you are sure and you know for a fact, you have seen... how they behaved before. Yeah, I think it's only fair for you to make sure you are a few steps ahead of their behavior and make sure you give disclaimers to not encourage people to do what they're doing, that they might be doing, actually, my apologies, etc., etc.
I was saying she's calling Hoya racist. She's insinuating Hoya versus racist. My video came out before his message. This came out at 3. This was a message at 3 a.m., 2 a.m. this morning. My video came out before that. So this guy just shows he didn't even watch my video. He doesn't even know what I said in the video and said
She's insinuating Hoya versus racist. It's racism. I wonder why that is. Racism is the reason she's thinking. And so that's what one of the biggest Genshin CC ever, his reaction video to yours. Right, there's going to be people that end up calling you racist as a result of this. Okay.
3 my video. He doesn't even know what I said in the video and said it was out of context. That's the proof. Bran had no idea what my video even said in it, but he just waved it away as out of context. Just like he did with Candybug, because we got another clip for that one, boys.
And that was not good, of course. But I hope this person... I hope this person can actually listen to the feedback that is going to be important for them and make a good career out of this. Because right now, it's like... These two videos have got them monetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
But at the same time, their audience is just Genshin haters now.
Yeah.
He just hand waves everybody that watches her videos, engages with her content as just Genshin haters. Much like he just hand waved all of his criticism as out of context clips. But don't worry, it's more.
That's it. So this person...
Well, the most engaging part of the audience she garnered is Genshin haters. They're the one that that have engaged the most. Or so you would think. Until you realize that it's actually Genshin fans that are coming in to critique her own criticism towards their game. Therefore, she has actually garnered a lot of Genshin fans. She has actually garnered the attention of Genshin fans. If she were to flip it up on its head, yeah, she could be the next big thing. I'll say it again. I said it before. Say it again.
Is either going to become a Genshin grifter.
And he calls her a grifter too. No explanation, just uses buzzwords. Out of context, grifter, hater. No proof, no explanation, just says those things.
Well, Bran did go on record and say sometimes I just said some shit like I'm just talking just to talk. Yeah, it's still bad. I see what Saint is trying to paint here, and yeah, Bran is a little bit off base here. Not too much, not to make a big deal out of it, unless of course you have an issue with him, which Saint does, which of course he will make it. And again, it's another bullet in his chamber that Bran has left for him, and he will use it. And so, yeah, but for me personally, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, you can see Bran is tired. You can see he's just pushing through. I hope he's doing okay, man. I really do. I don't even think he looks like shit to me. I'll be honest with you. Like, he looks like out of shape. It's not doing the best for me personally. I feel like maybe Bran needs help, man. That's just a tinfoil hat theory I have, considering the vibe I got from watching him recently.
And I've given you the actual proof that Bran is just saying shit. He has no idea what's in my video. He has no idea what points I'm making. And he just made stuff up. Telling me to control F the transcript. When I actually just told you. She's insinuating Hoya versus racist. It's... If you just control F, you'll clearly see I was saying she was calling... Yes, bitch, I know that because I said it in my own fucking video, which you clearly didn't watch, but you still said it was out of context anyways. How...
No, because after that you said, and let's go back. And so that's what she said in one of the biggest Genshin CC ever, his react video to yours. So, right, so there's going to be people that end up calling you racist as a result of this. Instead of you saying that he's saying that she's thinking of racism, you instead said, you followed up on the framing that those idiots have went with. Like, that's a slick one, but we see you. That's a nice try. I'm not gonna lie. That was a slick one. Right, chat? Hey, I know you're not here, chat, but, the people that are right YouTube, like, that's a slick one. We gotta admit. Hey, he got game. That's slick. But we see you.
Told you.
And now he's backtracking a little bit to that, because now this one is not favored, so we're just going to omit the last one and pretend like we're not trying to capitalize on the bad framing that those idiots have had to counter Bran's message here. Not bad. Hey, Saints like that. Goddamn.
She's
right.
insinuating Hoya versus...
For the uninitiated, Lord have mercy.
...is racist. It's... If you just control F, you'll clearly see I was saying she was calling... Yes, bitch, I know that because I said it in my own fucking video, which you clearly didn't watch, but you still said it was out of context anyways. How would you know when you didn't watch it? Brain offline? Never once implied the CC was. And I didn't say you did. But I said the biggest Genshin creator saying the words racism in this space is enough to get somebody...
Is it just me, or I feel like the more Saint uses insults and stuff like that, he just loses aura? It's like that tough guy. It feels like so performative. I don't know, man. That's just me, though. Because I feel like that's not how he acts normally. I don't know, man.
Called racist, as you saw over here. And your video and the reaction she got is the proof of it. And then we got this. Same with the laughing at death threats. That just happened. Why do we even bring this up? That just happened. Let's listen to this.
Where I wanted to talk about my
Genuine. Okay, a lot of these are fucked up. Jesus Christ. Again.
Oh, here we go.
Again, these are fucking horrible people, bro. These are horrible people. This might be some of the most petty shit. Both of these messages might be the two most petty messages I have ever seen in my life. Oh my god. You're like, hope you know how much you're getting.
Here we go. This is something I mentioned earlier.
AI, since I felt like annoying you. Kiss. Bro, people out here are getting fucking insane. My god.
So that's the thing. Bran gave this explanation for his breakdown. Brother, I condoned the death threats the entire time, and I laughed at one message. No, that's literally not what it's just weird that he's incorrectly summarizing what's on the video. You didn't specify what you were laughing at. Your first reaction to looking at a bunch of death threats was to laugh, and then after you
yeah, you're laughing at how pitiful these people are. Yeah, they are pathetic. They are a laughingstock. Is that hard to believe? I believe so too. I think a lot of people do. Just because we're laughing at their pitiful behavior does not mean we're condoning it in any shape or form. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend I will care that much about someone I don't know. That's performative. That's performative empathy to garner sympathy online. That's optics. I don't know Candybug. I feel for her, sure, but I'm not going to sit there and pretend that I don't know you. I don't know you. I cannot pull up looking at those messages. I still don't know what I'm even looking at. And my first thought is going to be, no, I'm boiled up. They got me fucked up. They're talking about my girl. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know you. I'm going to look at that at face value. The reality is these people are pathetic, and I'm going to laugh at them like the laughing stock and clowns that they are. But some of them got a little bit of bars. I'm not going to lie. Some of them insults are a little crafty. I ain't going to lie to you. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is the thing, man. Once again, just going back to what I said earlier, Saint is going to take advantage of the expected optics that society typically wants. They want that empathy. But the reality is, I feel like I speak for all of them. For a lot of people, they're just not comfortable saying it out loud because that's just not the right thing to do, optics-wise. I don't know Candybug. A lot of us don't know Candybug. We can't come in immediately thinking that whatever we're going to read, we have to be on immediate defense and we have to be on empathy level max for someone we don't know. Like, I'm sorry, especially online. Like, I'm sorry. That's not how people work. Would have been nice. Would have been nice if that was the truth. 100%. It would have been nice if we were all more empathetic towards each other. That is what we should be striving towards. 100%. But realistically speaking, that's a very distant proposition now, isn't it?
Zero IQ move, you then started condoning it afterwards. People do that all the time when they're lying. They have a honest reaction to something. They realize their honest reaction wasn't the right one, and then they go in.
He's right.
And then they proceed to fix it on the spot. And that's what it looked like over here when you started off with a bit of a giggle.
Yeah, actually, in that framing, in that context, yeah, that's very powerful. Yeah, a lot of people do that, 100%. Is Bran doing that? Maybe. Like, again, I'm talking, for example, people like me, and for a lot of people I know, that would have had exactly the same reaction as me. And I think I know, dangerously so. For the most part, people are just not going to say it out loud once again, but there's a good chance they have reacted at first, initially, to this somewhat, because not that empathetically that optics would require you to be. And that's just the truth. I'm just comfortable saying it out loud.
I know you're still hurt about the misinformation viz.
But we all know it.
2 years ago, but purposely doing this is not it.
We don't know the girl, man. Goddamn.
Now he's trying to blame me. Now he's trying to say the problem is with me because of our history. Just like when you told me I got hung up on the things Glaive said, you're doing the same things to me. No, Bran. This is because we had a run-in when I was a 1,000 sub creator and you had 400,000, and you made 3 videos about me in a row trying to end my career when I was a month into it. Then I see you doing the same exact thing to another creator of a similar size with absolutely no remorse, no recognition of wrongdoing until you're called out, and then you start defending yourself with literal lies and misinformation as we're seeing in this video. This is why you're getting called out. Because you are actually seen lying like 5 times in 13 seconds in this video.
Says you. I feel like that there are multiple perspectives to this. I see yours. There's a possibility it could be correct. I see mine. I see Bran's. There's a good possibility it could be correct. Ultimately, this won't matter to us because this isn't our problem. But looking at this, it become the conversation becomes nuanced. Like which makes more sense to each and every individual. To the members of the jury. Yeah, that we're basically the jury, chat, and which version makes the most sense to you? We have the defense, BranOnline, and we have the prosecutor, Saintontas.
I don't even need to play more of this. That's the thing, guys. I only needed 13 seconds to completely blow up this guy's house of fucking cards.
I feel like that's
I
unfair,
apologize for
sure.
going hard on you when you just started out, and I'm sorry for going so hard. If you think this current situation is anything like that, it's not. Bran, you called this person? Bro, we just need to listen to all the things you said about this person.
And that was not good. But at the same time, their audience is just Genshin haters now. That's it. So this person is either going to become a Genshin grifter, or, and that was the plan all along, just like the other YouTube channel that did like the exact same thing a couple of weeks ago.
So Bran is just out here further insulting Candybug, still taking shots.
Actually, that didn't even age well now that I think about it. Yeah, in that framing, yeah, it makes sense. But again, I mean, Candybug, if I remember, said that I'll be tackling about different medias, like not Genshin at all. Like she's trying to make it as a personality variety channel that just started off with Genshin Impact because that's the smart way to kickstart your channel, considering how they perform online. So technically, no. Which again, so I see here that Bran was like around half, so he didn't get to that part. All right. Maybe.
Calling her a
I'm not
grifter,
sure,
calling her just a Genshin hater, saying her videos are trash.
Well, I'm
and they're all
assuming.
wrong and they're just
Or,
Genshin
or
haters.
else, in case he knew, because it just dawned on me too, because I kind of ignored it too. I feel like we were too fixated on the farming Genshin Impact algorithmically that we forgot about that particular point. So yeah, that might have been a mistake on my part too, actually.
Real criticism. That
Just
is
dawned on
what
me right
he's
now.
doing to her. And he did that, then deleted his video, got caught deleting it, then re-uploaded it, and then across this entire vid, he's like re-reacting to his react.
Yeah, that was a little tough to watch. I'm not gonna lie. I reacted to the whole thing. That was pretty tough. Especially when he had to pause himself from talking so that he can let himself, the video of himself talking. He was like, I'm cutting myself off too much. I need to pause.
Why would you do this unless you did something wrong?
Oh no, he's clarifying everything, and he did make some things wrong, and he took up accountability for it. That's some based shit. That's what you do. Takes a man to do that shit nowadays. We all know people are willing to keep being wrong and die on the hill of being wrong just for not saying, no, I fucked up. It's super weird.
What does this look like other than somebody fucking up and then having to like correct the narrative?
Fine is act.
This
He fucked up, but not to the extent you're trying to frame here. Is what he's saying. Is what Bran is saying, and I don't see why he would. Because here's the thing: when you think about it, what does Bran have to gain from doing that? Unless you're projecting your own extreme type of criticism onto him. You know what I mean? Saint isn't that aggressive. Bran isn't that aggressive. Saint could be. I wouldn't say that Saint is gonna, go maybe to that extreme. He has been shown to go to extremes before. I'm not saying he will to Candybug specifically, but it could be some projection here from Saint. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting here.
What? This is the most guilty, caught thing I've ever seen somebody do. His take is so bad.
Considering the framing, Saint is a master at this. Once here he goes again, framing. He's using his E now. He's using his skill, framing again. And when you think about the framing he's doing, it does make sense, doesn't it?
Aggressive, does so much damage. He needs to go
This
back.
boy's good. You gotta admit, Chad. Hey, love him or hate him, that boy's good.
Back in, re-react to it to try to smooth out the language. And he's the one telling you this stuff is out of context. He's the one telling you I'm the one lying. He's the one telling you that I'm taking these out of context.
I don't know who's lying here, to be honest with you, Chad. Both of them could be lying. I have no idea. I am on team no one on this one, bro. I am not. I want to believe Bran because I feel like it's the soft best ending. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's the best ending. All right, so Bran fucked up on some things, took accountability. Some things are misconstrued out of context. I don't see why he would even do that. The things that people are suggesting, why would he even do that? I don't see the why there. And that's it. Like, sure, that makes sense. Everything clicks. Sure. I feel like that's the good ending. This, what Saint is doing right now, that is not the good ending. That's a cliffhanger. Now we need more. And it's like, fuck. We're already sitting here for... I already sat there for an hour or so for Bran. Now I'm sitting here for an hour and a half for Saint. It's like, fuck. What's next? 3 hours?
Bro, when you need a
Sitting here watching gacha drama movies, man. God damn it. Do you know how unemployed we're looking like right now, Chad? Jesus.
contextualize your vid this much, the original one's out of context. If you need to be there the entire time to recontextualize everything that's wrong, this reaction is out of context. Now, you're just a history revisionist. What the fuck? A whole hour of you, like, revising your points? Are you just allowed to get do-overs like this? And then people forget the original things you were saying? Maybe this only works on Genshin Impact.
No, he brought up the clips. He brought up the clips and reacted to them directly. No, that's not what he did at all. Again, if you're gonna complain that Bran didn't watch your video, you can't do what you're doing right now. That's a little disingenuous.
That's what it feels like. It was one video with some good and some awful points. So this is where Bran already contradicts himself. We just played a clip where Bran said the video in the audience is just full of Genshin haters. But Bran himself admits the video has good points. So is it a video just for Genshin players, or is it a video that's actually balanced with good points as well? Because didn't he just hand wave everything as just grifting? How can you...
You would have known if you watched the rest of his video. Yeah. If you watch the rest of his video, he clarifies that there. See, I know that because I watched it all. Yeah.
Grift, but have good points at the same time? Or is this Bran just backtracking again? Lying again about what he said? Because now he's saying the video had good points, but he boiled it down to just Genshin hate. And this is how I knew. I needed to show...
The thing with the glass. Oh, no. Hold on.
Good points, but he boiled it down to just Genshin hate.
Yo, watch this.
And this is how I knew.
Oh, that... He just filled up his concerto energy. He used his E so much. That was him filling up his concerto energy. It's now at maximum. It's fully... The gauge is full. Here we go.
To show these DMs. This guy...
Hey, look. Saying he's entertaining, bro. I know you guys think I'm defending him somehow because you guys are such hateful people towards him. I understand. I do. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Saint ain't entertaining, bro. He is. Even when he's in the wrong, he can be funny. Bro was like, yeah, hey, look, that concerto, I'm cooking. I think he just found maybe his second wind, and now he's, woof, here we go.
Guy's just lying.
That's funny.
He's trying to gaslight me about what I saw in his react. Because I saw him hand wave all of her arguments and just describe it as Genshin hate. But now he's here complimenting her arguments and then saying she had good points. Both cannot be true. And so clearly, Bran is lying somewhere. Because he also did this.
Well, what was the thing that the girl said? Two things can be true. Two opposite things can be true at the same time. No, yes, it can. Yes, it can. Even Candy Bug is not what you did, man. Yes, it can.
This. Bran also did this. And he's not going to own up to this one. Let's look up the term.
Because I think what Bran is saying here is exactly what we're all thinking. There is some good, fair criticism towards the game that I feel like all of us share. But some of the parts of the self-inserts were so bad that it's like, holy moly. It's like, oh no.
Raw man in my comment section. And I will educate you on one of the funniest clips I've ever seen. This is Bran's argumentation against her point.
So here's the thing. The framing that Saint is doing right now is really comes off as character assassinating more than anything else, looking at it. But he could be right. I don't know Bran like that. I'm just seeing it. He could, once again, the framing that's saying that he could be backtracking. He has to respond because the VOD that he tried to hide was clipped anyway. You know what I mean? Who knows? That framing does make sense. And especially when you consider the behavior that we've seen from streamers, it makes sense. It does.
Remember, Bran said her points were good.
As I said, the shill for current characters has only gotten worse with time, with boss enemies made
Feels like a lot of strawman arguments.
specifically to be defeated.
He just calls it a straw man argument. He just says the argument's bad, it's a straw man. You should be able to use this clip to identify Bran doesn't know what a good or bad argument is because he committed a straw man by calling that argument a straw man. The straw man fallacy is a true IQ test because you just ask someone to apply it, and if they call something a straw man, they just made that argument a straw man.
Okay.
That's the proof Bran just doesn't know what he's talking about ever. And of course, when that's...
No, to him, and from what he understands about the game, some bosses can be a little difficult. And maybe she's making them too difficult and making more of a big deal out of it. Therefore, it's a straw man. Am I crazy? I don't know. This is the thing. I haven't played the recent bosses, so like I can't speak more. And just like he hasn't played the recent bosses, so we can't speak more about that. But Bran did. And if he's saying it, I'll take his word for it. I will. Maybe they're not that complicated. Maybe Candybug has skill issue in Genshin Impact. Imagine that. And that's problematic. But one thing I can agree with Candybug is the requirement of the new reactions and new mechanics to clear new bosses that were specifically designed with basically power creeping the heck out of previous units because they are weak to that particular new mechanic. That's bad.
Caught up so much, and there's so many contradictions. There's so many contradictions that don't make sense.
But maybe they can still be navigated regardless. You can sheer power through them.
You look at these DMs, and then of course, you look at the stuff he's actually said in his streams and his videos. People were already on her ass before I watched anything, and yes, it got worse thereafter. So, Bran is admitting he made it worse for Candybug. He admits in this DM, he made it worse for Candybug.
He participated in making it worse, but I think shit was going to get worse regardless.
And then this morning, he uploaded another video. He knows he's throwing fuel on the fire, and he did it again to defend himself with lies. He knows, he self-admitted, he knows he's ruining her. He knows he's...
But right off the bat, I think if I remember at the start of the video, he says, do not throw hate or anything at her. Hold on, let's her... Well, since Saint likes the first 13 seconds, let's expand over the first 13 seconds.
We're going to talk about a few things, and I think it's only fair that I go over all of these details because I'm seeing a lot of out-of-context clips being taken and spread in a lot of places, and I realized this when I woke up this morning to a bunch of very unkind messages, which is fair enough. I'm going to go over a few things about the Candybug video here because I did indeed react to the apology or follow-up video on stream yesterday, and it ended up unlisted, and I will explain why that is later because it was not to hide anything. I want to go through a few things just to kind of debunk a lot of these very out-of-context moments that have been taken from the stream and just give you my honest thoughts on the whole Candybug situation by the end of this video. This all started because some people said that I was incredibly aggressive in my original reaction and that I sent people to kind of brigade her video and send her death threats, which I urge the people that actually believe that to go and watch the original video. Yes, it is 2 hours long, but I think you will find that it was nowhere near as inflammatory as a lot of people are kind of making it out to be. I thought for the most part it was a very fair criticism, very fair reaction, and the fact that this was their first video had kind of nothing to do with the reason that I decided to watch it in the first place. It was just recommended to me. But I'll let you all be the judge of that if you want to agree or disagree with that. That's honestly not my prerogative. That's not on me, and it's probably on the lower end of the list of what people are actually saying, which is kind of crazy.
I feel like that's a fair take. I think that's a fair take. I mean, what do you want him to say? I don't know. It doesn't come off because see, here's the thing. Considering how open Bran leaves it, which is clean, I mean, you can easily use that to your advantage, which again Saint is doing. This is the third time Saint is using something Bran has done to his advantage. Saint is, I said so before and I say it again, Saint is a problem you do not want to have.
Hurting her. And he did it again after admitting he knows that he's a root cause of many of her problems. And I'm showing you, he did it again, and then he also just lied in his video. He lied in his video too to defend himself while also shitting on Candybug again. This man has almost no morals. He truly is one of the most selfish individuals I think I've ever seen. Bro.
Oh, and mind you, that's just a minute more. If he just stayed there for a minute more, he would have caught this too, which I think is a pretty fair take to do. You know, I feel like that's just a fair thing to do, in my opinion. But again, Saint, even if he watched that, I'm pretty sure considering what Saint does, he's going to try and frame it again. You know, it is what it is. I'm pretty sure he's aware of that too.
Damage to other people, but he just does it again because he needs to protect himself with lies that I have proven to you today. This man is vile. The fact your people are stating this is entirely my fault is insane. This is my response to that. Proof! Brad, when your proof of you being harassed are 1-2 like comments, and you said this...
Well, we showed proof, so... Yeah, they're there. They are there. So, this doesn't work. That's why we're here, chat. That's why we're here.
Proof to me after I prove that your comment section, the top outvoted comments are all calling me a rapist. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't think that was said. I think you're making this up, like you made up everything else.
No, they do exist. You just missed them, sadly. Because he probably was hiding them, as a YouTuber should, considering how inflammatory those comments are. And this is also a problem with Bran, is that Bran doesn't do a good job giving you everything you need. This kind of what even got him in hot water too. So Bran keeps making the same mistake, unfortunately. He has a bit of a character flaw in communication, and it's really getting him into trouble.
Because he's saying my audience is doing that. Bro, this is how my audience reacts. This is my real audience. This is
True. This is Saint's true audience. This is Saint's true. I know, because this is the same thing with the Genshin community. That a minority can be very vocal and they just use something's name to behave poorly. That's a fact. That is a fact. Because I have met Saints chat. I've met some Saints people from Saints community. They're good people. They are. I'm not going to sit here and pretend otherwise. They are good people. Saints community, for the most part, is good individuals. That's the reality. So minorities, I'm not going to say they don't exist, are very problematic, 100%. But once again, those should be called out and disregarded like the pathetic idiots that they are. And laughingstock too. They can be pretty funny at times.
With this bastardization caricature that you've made in your head about my audience, this is my audience. They take the call to brigade and send shit to you, downvoted it to infinity and beyond.
But see, this could also become disingenuous because earlier you called out Bran for ignoring the presence of the extreme minority, right? And how his actions may have contributed to that vocal minority getting even worse through him highlighting the candy bug situation. Well, you're doing the same thing here too. You have to acknowledge the presence of the vocal minority. If you're going to sit here and pretend to hide the minority through the majority, well, you're being as disingenuous as the framing that you are trying to do to Bran. I hope he fixes that.
Beyond. 0 likes by anybody. Even my haters didn't like this. I know you're jealous. Imagine my community is actually so positive that even my haters don't like this comment. That's kind of impressive, isn't it? But then, Bran, you go over to your page and then everyone's calling me a rapist and upvoting it. Having a jolly good old time. 69 in 1 hour is kind of a lot. Right? Like 69 likes in 1 hour of another CC being called a rapist in your comment section. You've really cultivated something crazy here, haven't you? This is...
A lot of people hate you, man. I look at my comments and whenever I talk about you, a lot of people don't like Saint. Oh yeah, that's a fact. I see them a lot. I do. I'm not gonna pretend otherwise. Saint is hated a lot. I don't think there's any CC in the gacha space right now as hated as Saint. Facts.
Impressive. Bran, you have a rabid army. Bran, you're capable of a lot. You'll just have people...
No. He may have an army, but that's not everything. It's 2 factions. You're omitting a faction.
Willingly calling CC's rapists with 0 evidence and then mass upvoting the comments. You're wielding a social media nuke, bro. You could probably get somebody convicted of murder even though they've never left their house in like 40 years. Hope you don't abuse that. Oh, wait, you're doing it right now. Oh, wait, no, you're abusing it right now. Shit. Damn. So, Bran.
Whatever you're saying, man.
Is it truly that surprising that your community might... Since your community is provably the one that's calling CCs rapists with 0 evidence and mass upvoting it, isn't it fair to say that your community, if they're willing to do that to other CCs, might send death threats and dox people? My community is proven to not do that.
I'm going to need to take a pause on this because he keeps doing the same shit. I'm not going to lie. This does keep you locked in. That's for sure.
And we'll...
Because we got to be careful with the framing and everything, man. You got to keep a clear head.
On the opportunity to do that, while yours will jump on it. So truly, is it that out of the question, with that proof from me, that your community would do this? Because they proved that they could. If they're going to do this, they'll send death threats.
Some minorities.
If they're going to upvote 69 times a comment calling somebody a rapist with no proof, they'll send death threats. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. That's pretty much it. If you want to argue that, go for it. Just at least make sure your argument is better than BranOnline's. You continuously say I brigade people when I've advocated the opposite. Bran?
It just dawned on me that he didn't call out Mr. Pokey for Mr. Pokey calling out the video, which is character development, or that lawsuit is doing what Mr. Pokey wants it to do, huh?
If your community is going to upvote a comment,
Oh, man.
somebody a rapist, they're going to brigade people. Is this that out of the question? Bran, you just simply have to deny reality to not believe that's the case. If your community is capable of this, they will brigade people. This is worse than brigading. You're falsely accusing somebody of a horrific crime. That's worse than brigading. So brigading is like a lower tier than this.
Okay, yeah, he's talking about the community is trying to frame you as a criminal. Okay.
Bro, your audience is fully capable of doing it, and we have proof that they've done it. I didn't upload the second part of the... And this is where Bran really messes up. He sent this at 2:36 a.m. He uploaded his video about 6 hours after sending this to me. So look at what he says over here. I didn't upload the video he uploaded today as to not stoke any fires for the original CC. I'm now in a lose-lose situation because if I did post, I'd be the bad guy. So he himself recognizes he is fueling this fire, pouring more gasoline everywhere, right? Gasoline everywhere. And he's doing it again. If I don't, I'm not doing enough. You do you, but please have a little bit of good faith here and at least talk about this with me here in DMs, because I'm honestly really fucking confused. So we did talk about this in DMs. And I'm leaking them afterwards. Because obviously, you can tell from the first paragraph, this dude was lying from...
By the way, Saint just leaked this just cuz. Yeah, this just dawned on me. Why the hell are we leaking the DMs when we're not looking for anything, really? This is Saint actually initiating this conflict. Because someone came at you with DMs, and what is private should remain private. Because that's kind of why he DM'd you, didn't make a video, and didn't even name you in his video. It's because of that. Because like, it's kind of what you do when someone reaches out to you privately. I feel like the good social etiquette is to keep matters private and solve things private. Never solve things publicly that can be solved in private, which I feel like this could have easily been solved privately. But again, you can't farm that. So yeah, the things we do for business, huh? I mean, shit, we gave us entertainment, chat. So I feel sorry for Brand, kind of, but you know, it's entertaining for us. So sorry, not sorry.
This dude is...
One day I'm sometimes someone's entertainment too, as we've seen. It is what it is.
Lying from step one. And that's why we're here. Because I did have a chat. And we're going to see more messages. And it gets worse. You can agree with me or disagree, but please stop purposefully painting me as a movie-level villain when that's not what's happening. I don't want to have a grudge match with you over 2-year-old drama that I apologize for. I'm so fucking over it. So now he's putting the onus on me. Saint, you're the one that's keeping this going. You need to back off, man, or you're the bad person. Shut up, pussy. Let's keep reading DMs. All right. What else we got here?
Nothing screams to me I peaked at high school or college more than stuff like this, man. You know what I mean? It's... whatever, man. Whatever.
Here's my response. Awful and unfortunate you're being called a PDF. Here's me being called rape tauntus in your comments section on a highly upvoted post. This never happens unless I get involved in the Hoyoverse drama. It's clear that the toxicity originates from the Genshin community, so I'm not surprised there's blowback on you. Sucks though. As you know, and then 2, if you notice, the only reason why we're reigniting past subtle differences is the fact that you're doing it again. You're punching down on smaller CCs a fraction of your size who don't have the community resources or the pull that you do in the content creation space, and you branded them awful things like grifter, hater, etc.
Oh yeah, see, it's PTSD. It is your PTSD. You're projecting your PTSD onto Candybug, and you've seen that as an opportunity to get back at someone who you still have you are still resentful towards. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like, considering the framing Bran is doing, and considering what you're saying here too, it's very hard to not side with Bran with the framing he's doing, in the sense of you are perpetuating the sentiment against him. One might argue you are doing performative sympathy so that you can weaponize what's been used against Candybug to your advantage to start a hate brigade against Bran. I feel like this is a double-edged... What he's showing here is a double-edged sword. I see what he's trying to do, but it can turn easily on him, considering the framing that Bran has done. Yeah. And considering the track record of Saint and what he knows and how he know him, if you have a bit more context, this is not the first time Saint has shown to be a very, very resentful person. He is. He does not forget. And he really, really tries to get back at people the moment he can, even if he was wronged years ago. So, considering what we know, and consider what we're looking at here, it's very hard not to side with Bran on this one.
From the get-go, just like you did with me and Glaive. If you're truly apologetic about your conduct, you would have stopped after doing it to 2 CCs, but you're doing it to a third. You had this coming, and you need to stop feeling sorry for yourself after the 3rd instance, pussy. 3, you are the we have recorded instances of me, Glaive, and Candybug getting our comment section blown out after he reacts with the most disgusting shit possible, i.e., just shut up. Just fucking shut up, bro. Bro, you have no...
I was gonna say that about saying, you know, saying those tough guy insults and shit, but I was like, let me be respectful. But then he said it, and I felt like he just read my mind.
Like to stand on bitching about people's comments when this is what you're doing. Stop crying. It's pathetic. You look like a weak person. You look so weak.
I see what Saint is trying to paint here, and I do agree with him to a good extent. I do. I feel like Bran was a little too sweet because of how the audience made the topic be like, / the type of audience you're gonna have to converse with. Yeah, I'm with him there. Bran does come off a bit like that, 100%.
About comments,
he was
like
being very sweet,
this.
too sweet.
When your community
like
sending comments
your teeth
like
hurt
this
sweet
and accusing people of horrific crimes, King of Brigading, and then next part, we gotta move the camera a little bit. Your refusal to recognize that this is your 3rd instance of bullying smaller CCs and that you have a pattern of trying to snuff out careers before they've even started is why you're getting focused on so much. I experienced your bullshit firsthand and now I see you doing it to others. That's why I went in on you after you went on Glaive, and that's why I'm going in on you now as you go after Candybug. You've also straight up just lied to me in this.
So basically, Saint confirms that, yes, he is... Well, see, it's all about intent. See, Saint thinks the intent of Bran is malicious, which could be, considering the track record he referenced here. But I don't necessarily think so. I think Bran is simply covering things that are popular, that are going viral, which is what CCs do, especially commentary channels. What he's doing, what Saint is doing, what I'm doing right now, it's what we're all doing. So can you fault someone for just doing his job? Maybe he's not doing his job the best, which leaves a lot to be desired and creates problems for the individuals at play, considering Bran's size. But I don't know, man, because I haven't heard Glaive saying anything about Bran since God knows when. I don't even think Candybug is... Because see, here's the thing. This makes Saint looks like a white knight for Candybug. Because you don't know her and she don't know you. Am I nuts? It really gives me White Knight vibes. But even that doesn't work really, because when you read on, you realize that he's basically using this as an excuse to get back at someone he still has a resentment towards. You know what I mean? So either way, even if we were to consider the intent that Saint thinks that Bran is this evil person that just likes to snuff out careers before they start, etc., and he thinks he's the hero. But when you look more deep into it, I don't necessarily see Bran being that, considering that doesn't really make him any better as a CC. And also, it's just his job. Like, it's what Saint is doing, what I'm doing, everybody's doing. It's, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not easily buying the Bran is just evil, although there is a pattern. That's why I'm even considering it. It's because there is a little bit of a pattern of action here. So I see what Saint is trying to paint, but I don't know. I don't see the why for me to buy it. I don't feel like it's a strong why. That's just me though.
You posted the second part of the video anyways, where you call her a grifter, say her community's full of haters, and handwave all the criticism in the mid as Getchade, giving it more ammunition for your community to attack her. Bit of a banger response, isn't it? He's kind of on the ropes after this one, isn't it? Isn't he? And guys, when somebody's on the ropes and somebody's panicking, that's when the House of Cards starts crashing down, and that's where Bran sunk his own battleship. Let's read the next DM. I don't have anything to say, to be honest. Nothing that'd matter. I'm happy to remove comments calling you horrible things that I never insinuated. Are you happy to do the same? Because I reckon I already know the answer, seeing how your comment section is filled with this shit.
Bran isn't making his case here. Yeah, see, Bran isn't helping himself. Oh yeah, that's not how you do it. That is not how you do it. I think he should really, really calm down. Maybe go out there, get some food, get some BJ action. You know what I'm saying? And relax and really do this with a more clear head. Because I feel like this comes off very emotional, angry, and you typically don't make the best choices when you're in that mental state. And we can clearly see why here. That's not how you try to find a middle ground with someone, especially in terms of the language.
I sent him a comment of me being accused of rape in his comment section. And Brand said this was the same thing.
But that's just me, though. You don't have to.
2 upvotes.
But considering how Saint is as a person, I don't think that's the proper approach.
1 upvote. 0
That's
upvotes.
not helping
3 comments shitting on him.
If you are trying to find that middle ground, of course.
Is equal to a 69 like comment posted within 1 hour.
But again, Saint isn't really a saint here because he is leaking DM when no one asked.
And everyone upvoted me being called a rapist. And he's drawing equivalencies between the two. So my response was, are you trying to gaslight me? I provided you direct proof of the username and comment accusing me of crimes, and you just said my comment section is filled with it.
What about the rest? He skipped.
Why am I being forced to look for your evidence?
You can easily find it. Like, you just go to their video and you scroll down a bit. It didn't even take me a minute. But I guess, sure, that's fair. I mean, Saint has a point here. You don't have to. Okay, you're coming to me. At least come equipped.
I'm a mean person when I'm mad.
You don't say.
You wouldn't have fun debating me, would you? This is why CCs don't mess with me. This is why CCs don't fuck with me. You assume this is punching down on a creator when my...
I mean, no. No. I feel like there's plenty of CCs that are still messing with him. Am I crazy? Well, people like me, people that, let's just say, don't necessarily have an issue with you, aren't necessarily going to want to get in a debate with you because it's very tricky to navigate a conversation with you when you really just want to win and not necessarily reach a mutual understanding. I feel like anybody, it's not necessarily you, anybody that comes towards a conversation with that particular approach, I don't necessarily want to waste my time having a conversation with. I feel like me entertaining you as you have that approach to conversations and that mindset towards them, I'm being stupid for giving you my time. You know what I mean? The smart thing to do is to not even, like, why would I entertain that? That's just, no. And also, Saint is a problem you don't want to have, okay, as we can see here.
original reaction was nowhere near as inflammatory as your perspective on it was. You literally made no sense to me seeing what you were twisting out of context to get people to believe. Brand says I'm twisting things out of context when we proved on the first message he didn't watch my video so he wouldn't know. Because he just said over here that I didn't say something that I obviously said in the video. So Brand over here just said I'm twisting things out of context that he didn't watch. So this is a lie. Proven. Shocker.
Oh, well, that's not what this video proves, that he's actually saying. He's actually spitting. Am I crazy? Hold on, let's read that again. You assume this is punching down another creator when my original reaction was nowhere near as inflammatory as your perspective on it was. It literally made no sense to me, see out of context to get people to believe. I used the term grifter incorrectly. True. And for Glaive, I watched and supported Glaive for ages before I had any disagreements with him. I don't know where you got that from. I already apologized years ago. Saying I have this coming is insane to me when the OG... Because it's not about a brand, because it's not about Glaive or anything. It's about himself. We all know it. We all know it. It's just... we need that confirmation, that 100% confirmation. We are at like 80%.
Text when we proved on the first message he didn't watch my video so he wouldn't know. Because he just said over here that I didn't say something that I obviously said in the video. So Brand over here just said I'm twisting things out of context that he didn't watch. So this is a lie. Proven. Shocker. Shocker. Brand lied again. Brand made conclusions about my content without watching it. Shocker. But we got a little bit of an admission here.
Aren't you doing the same? Because you didn't watch his full video, you just watched 13 seconds and started going off on the DMs and stuff. Saying. And there were contexts that you could have used there too. Saying. But it wouldn't have helped you paint the picture you're trying to paint right now. So they kind of go against it. They're going to make your work harder. So I get why you're choosing to admit them. So it's like, game's game, man. Hey, look, game's game. Hey, look. I'm calling it for what it is, but I understand what he's doing. Game's game. But at least over here in this corner of the streets, we're on that shit. We know it. We see it. We're going to see it. We're going to call it out for what it is. And we're going to keep it in mind as we proceed. It's very important. We have to shield ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We have to be aware and shield ourselves.
I used the term grifter incorrectly. True. Awesome. Great job. A little bit of self-reflection for once. And true, for
he did a lot of self-reflection and taking accountability in his video had you watched it.
Glaive, I watched and supported Glaive for ages before I had any disagreement with him. I don't know where you got that from. I already apologized to you for the situation 2 years ago. Saying that I have this coming is insane. When the OG React was not in any way, shape, or form as bad as you made it out to be. Bran, you yourself admitted here. You made the situation worse for Candybug.
One might argue even you are making the situation worse for Candybug. Because there will always be those 1 or 2 or 3, and that's all it takes. There will always be that one guy that will go there and participate in the very toxic behavior you are trying to tell people to not participate in. Why? Because they're miserable individuals. Because you, and they knew about it because you shed light on it, because they came from your content. That's their dimension. That's what they have as in terms of entertainment they enjoy. It's your content. And now you have shown them somewhere where they can go be mad and toxic and just pure disgusting human beings because they get off to that shit. Yeah. And that's kind of what's happening with Bran too. It's just that it's going to be more present for Bran. Hence why I said Bran should have been more careful considering the type of audience he's garnered, as they are all fans of the media she is critiquing. Therefore, the likelihood of that happening is even greater than Saints. I know some people might downplay it's just one guy, but it always just takes that one guy. And if you don't believe me, look at Charlie Kirk.
Waffling about right now, you fucking pussy. You literally confirmed you made the situation worse. So why are you now saying you didn't? Do you remember what I said about House of Cards crumbling down on the ropes, lies, contradictions, all of that? I shook him so much by just being direct and to the facts and holding him accountable that he just exposed himself as lying the whole time. Because how do you recognize that you made it worse but then say you didn't do anything to make it worse? Why are you going back and forth like this? Bro, truly, it was really easy to say sorry. Now, point three, I'm the king of brigading. When I actually tell my audience not to because it looks terrible on me too. Bran, you had to be told to delete this comment. Bran, you are out here saying you basically had to be told to delete a comment calling a CC a rapist. I'm happy to remove comments. He's insinuating that he was...
He might have not seen it. Like, what makes you assume that he's seen it? There's just, like, you're sitting there acting like we're all just sitting there looking at comments. Sometimes I miss a comment. Like, I miss comments a lot of the times. It's cool.
Isn't going to, unless asked to.
What Bran should do is definitely have more mods in his comment section. My mods help me a lot in my comments. Shouts out to my mods.
I'm pretty sure it actually shows up over here. There's a reason why I was able to get that photo of it. Oh, shit. Oh, it's right here. Oh, it's right here.
Refresh.
Brad had to be told to delete this comment, guys. So,
I didn't find it. I tried finding it. I couldn't find it.
He's out here virtue signaling about, like, when I tell my audience not to because it looks terrible on me. So he's saying he tells his audience not to brigade. Not to brigade because it looks bad for him, but you can just call other CCs rapists in his comment section because that's fine. And he'll only remove it when asked to. Because this is totally not a bad look for him. It's still up? Okay. So we've confirmed the comment is still up. So Bran basically is refusing to delete comments, calling me a rapist in his comment section, but then saying he's not a brigader because it looks bad on him. But this totally doesn't. Does this make any sense to you? So he's going to keep up comments of people being called a rapist, but then he's going to say, I don't brigade people because it makes me look bad. This makes you look really bad too, because it looks like you're supporting false accusations levied against CCs, which is horrible. Like,
people really, like, it doesn't have to be just CCs.
Like, that's really bad. Like, Brad, this is like you giving me the green light. Brad, if you don't delete this comment, You're giving my community the green light to accuse you of crimes for the rest of my career.
YouTube told us to master for this channel. YouTube told us. Do it. Oh, that's no bueno, man. That is no bueno, in my opinion. So what he's saying here is like, see, this is a problem with Saints. Oh, since you did that, we'll fight fire with fire. See, the commenter you mentioned earlier as a representative of the community is saying that we don't fire with fire, and you use that to paint your community looking good. But now you, the CC, is saying we can fight fire with fire, and we do fight fire with fire if you keep firing at us. But that's a type of behavior that should not even be done at all, regardless of your excuse, because it's already been done. We've already seen his comment section. He's coming to you saying that some people are coming at him. It's fine. It's already been done. Like, you already fought fire with fire. It's already been done. You can just stop that. See, this is the problem with Saint, man, is that he sometimes, it's that tough guy act. I feel like this is why Saint is his own worst enemy. I mean, all of us are, really. Most of our worst enemy in life is typically ourselves. And this is what a good representation of that. Saint's own big boy attitude gets in the way of positive portrayals of his own personality. Because I think Saint can see what I'm saying here, but his persona is getting in the way of him leading with that instead of whatever the hell that is.
I hope you realize this, right? You are giving everybody in the community a green light to accuse you of crimes in every comment section ever.
No, I don't. No. What the hell are we talking about here?
Because that's acceptable behavior for you, levied against other CCs.
No, if it's acceptable behavior for him, we just drop him like the plague that he is, and we just leave him there, and we move on. Just like we put people in jail. That's it. Like, we put them away. We don't mess with those people. That's it. They're out of our social circle.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? That's why my community reacts like this. We downvote it. We don't have it actually happen. We don't have it occur, but you seem to bathe in it. And after I've made you aware that I'm being called one, you still haven't deleted it.
What the hell was... Anyway. I see. This is. I think he's having an inner battle right now. I can sense it. I can sense it. He realizes what I just said. I think he just realized it, and he just paused there.
Bad look, man. Give me a break. Every single time you react to something of mine or discuss me,
Bet
I get
money.
really flooded with abhorrent hate too.
Jesus.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, no, this is... Sorry. I need to show you the abhorrent hate. This is one of the messages Bran sent me. And this is how I knew this guy was a bitch. This is actually the most recent one he sent. I know I continue messaging. This is the type of stuff he's saying is abhorrent and bad, by the way. But I continue to get messages like this, which is making out that I'm handpicking videos from low sub count CCs. It's really fucking annoying when you're painting me in this light. I react to any and all videos that seem like they make a good react. Nothing to do with view counts or sub counts. In fact, the only stat I would typically look at is view count, because usually a super high performing video means people want to see it. That's really all, and I think that's a general consensus for everybody. Doesn't mean I won't watch videos from
True, that's for sure. 100%. 100%. Bran is spitting.
Up 1K, 100K, 1 mil creators agree, disagree, and criticize opinions.
Yes.
I started crying in there because wait until you read the comment. He wrote this paragraph, long ass paragraph, bitching and moaning and crying. Bro, he's just sensitive, bro. This is the comment. How dare you hate her, buddy? You're just judging because it's her first upload. Sucks that you didn't get that attention, huh?
Yeah, that... Well, it does seem like it's from your community. And he just gave you a tame one.
Bro, he's getting one guy literally scanning his comment section from 4 minutes ago, bro. He's like watching every comment. He's like, wait, maybe I'll find one. Maybe I'll find one that's shit.
No, it's the one that when it was the most recent. He opened his comment section. The first ones you're gonna see are the most recent. Typically, he screenshotted and sent it to you. There it is.
Talking me, so I can say that Saint is leading to toxicity. Bro, this is what you wrote a paragraph over? Bro, this is the type of comment he's calling abhorrent. Bro, this guy is saying those comments are abhorrent as he leaves a comment calling me a rapist live on his video. He is breaking down in DMs because of this as he leaves up comments calling me a rapist on the video. Bro, I don't understand how one person can be this fragile while also allowing this. How are you this fragile when you allow this in your comment section? This is so performative, it's insane. This guy is such a fucking pussy. I can't control people who I have no control over, just like you can't either. Yeah, you can delete your comments, though, but you won't do that. Have you ever seen your own community and everyone else's comments? Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, no, I've seen them. They're fine. They don't do this shit. Here's the proof. Let me find a comment thread like this on your videos, BranOnline. That shit ain't going to exist. Jenna, Pokey, it's deserved. What do you mean? That just shows he has no context about those. There's too many to list with the shit that I say, man. I'm not saying my community is perfect, but putting all...
See, I think the definition of deserved for you is different than the general consensus, especially for the Genozad one. Because you just called him a PDF. Well, you insinuated him being a PDF out of nowhere, and it was unwarranted at all. What are we talking about? No, that wasn't deserved. You see, he may have slapped you, but you pulled out a bazooka and shot him. That doesn't deserve it. It's like, yeah, hey, yo, Your Honor, he did. This is a petty crime. Why is he getting the death penalty? It's like, relax, Your Honor. Damn. Pokey. Well, things didn't get too dark with Pokey, I guess, like Genozad. So, I guess whatever.
All the blame on me for the actions of others who aren't even verifiably from my community. This is me getting called a rapist on your video. Why are you just... He's just making a bunch of shit up. Right? There's so much disgusting shit in here, it's ridiculous. Now, 4, this is your own personal outlook on it because your own personal experiences with me 2 years ago. My intent was never to snuff out your career, you just ran with that. It was to disprove your misinformation, which you admitted to. I never admitted to any misinformation, by the way. He's just making more shit up over here. You're doing exactly what you accuse me and others of, getting stuck on one perspective.
Hey, it doesn't take a genius to recognize that, huh? Yeah, that's a nice call out from Bran. He's right. You are exactly doing the very same thing you are accusing him of. 100%.
When it's simply not there. I never intended to ruin yours, Glaive's, or this person's career.
This is the thing. Fighting fire with fire.
I didn't mean to shoot that bazooka and blow up your house. I was aiming at your mailbox and your house got caught in the explosion. My bad. What a fucking dipshit. Yeah, I wasn't trying to ruin your career, but I just did a bunch of things that would constitute as ruining your career. It wasn't my intention, though. That's how this reads. Basically, I tried to ruin your career, but I didn't mean to.
Well, see, Saint can fall in the same category because a lot of the time, Saint, when he critiques someone, and he just goes, well, don't make a shit video then. Because if you make a shit video, I will critique it. Well, you made a shit video and people critiqued it. It's like, what was the problem then? Like, rules for thee and not for me? I don't know, man. See, this is the thing. Like, there's a lot of disingenuity and hypocrisy when it comes to people when they're put in this position. This is not unique to Saint at all. Like, we have seen this multiple times.
So, like, can you just get off my back? I didn't mean it. So can you just, like, get off my back? Like right off it? You're kind of... My shoulder kind of hurts. Manslaughter is still a crime. If you kill someone accidentally, you're not liable for murder, but you're still going to jail. Because you're just not allowed to kill people, even accidentally.
True.
I know it's surprising. So even if you do it on accident, you can actually be held responsible.
True.
Even if it wasn't your intent, it's called negligence. And Bran, you are one of the most negligent creators I've ever seen. I think...
Yeah, there's some negligence there. That's a good call out from Saint here, 100%.
I think negligent is literally the best word to describe you as a person.
100%. Well, as a person... Hold on, pause. But in terms of the CC and the comment section and how he is approaching the situation, considering how he should be aware of the type of community he has... Yeah, strong negligence. This is a... I love this one. Hey, W Saint on this one. 100%.
Golly gee. I've never seen somebody...
That's a very clean call out. He just hit the nail in the fucking head. Based.
Oblivious to what's going on around them. I've never seen somebody that could just so confidently, right, talk about how negative the brigading is on them as their...
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, chat. I might just keep this position, man. Like, it's just, I feel like we're watching a movie I'm just laying down right now.
Allowing comments like this to stay up in their own comment section. They're just allowing this, but then they're going to, like, virtue signal about how bad what everyone else doing is. Truly. What a situation. And now, let's read the reason for why Bran decided to further the hate towards Candybug and continue the harassment. Let's read it. I posted the second half of the video because you posted abhorrent, out of context clips of me. So Bran confirmed he didn't watch my video. Bran confirmed he wouldn't know the context of my video because he didn't watch it, because he got basic information that I said very clearly wrong in this explanation.
Oh, like you.
And he's still going.
I mean, they're behaving the same. Oh, this is where I came to chat, actually. I remember this.
With it. Guys, we've proven Bran didn't watch any of my shit, and he's wrong about his summaries. He's wrong. And now he keeps saying it's important and out of context. So, guys, remember the statement, are you trying to gaslight me? He is. BranOnline is trying to, because Bran thinks he's smarter than me, and that, like, he'll manipulate me through his clever wordplay, that I would, like, fall into the trap of believing the dumb shit he fucking said. No, Bran, I'm not stupid. I'm not a Genshin Impact player. I'm not your audience, and so I can read through your bullshit and confirm live you're just lying again to defend yourself. Because nothing was out of context. You just said it was with no proof. And
No, I think some things were out of context. He showed it, and true. Some people paused the clip after he smirked and laughed. And then I think Saint also was somewhat disingenuous, because when Bran was going to follow up on the laugh, he 2x speed that stuff, which made it very hard for some people to maybe catch everything that Bran was saying. And even Saint didn't necessarily comment too much on that particular point. Therefore, it did feel somewhat disingenuous from Saint to do that, as it obviously was a moment that goes against what Saint is trying to paint here, which would make, once again, his job harder. So, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm not with you there, Saint. Nope.
I provided all the proof showing everything was in context, and they're just trying to cover your ass. He says it's out of context clips of me making me out to be someone who is purposely sending my community to send. Well, you're purposefully having your community call other CCs rapists. So if your community is purposely being used to call other CCs rapists because you won't delete this comment, so you're supporting of it.
I'm shocked, like, they're calling him rapists. I remember seeing this on stream too. Like, why? Where does that even come from? Like, bro, you ain't like some CCs had people going crazy against them for that because they had a case. But this one, like, what did Saint do?
Because you made aware of it and still up and you won't delete it, so you like this behavior, you want more of it happening. If they're going to do that, I believe that they'll send death threats, brigade, and do everything else. If your community is capable of calling somebody a rapist, they're capable of sending death threats and brigading and calling people racist.
True.
Like imagine
that type of people will do that. But is it the overall community? No. But see, this is the problem. Once again, we are reminded of a very important rule in society. A community is judged by how its vocal minority behaves. Saint is falling into that trap. You're gonna have to be a little more careful on how you can just AoE a whole community and create biases and towards individuals that happen to be from a similar background as a person that just happens to be a weird person, to say the least.
you saying calling somebody a rapist is like a lower bar than calling them a racist. I think it's easier. I think it's more acceptable to call someone a racist than a rapist. But you said, I have no idea how my community would call someone a racist. They're calling people rapists. Bro, like, this is truly... I don't understand how somebody can have such a poor grasp of society. Is Bran autistic? This seems autistic. And this is the other thing. Bran didn't take my warning seriously. Just know, I've got literal proof you lied to me in DMs. He didn't take that shit very seriously, did he? Saying I'm deleting shit and painting me to be laughing at death threats. All absolute bullshit, out of context things that I didn't see before I sent that message. Okay, so this is what Bran's saying he didn't do. Bran's saying he didn't delete things. That's the first claim. Bran is saying he did not delete his Twitch VODs. You can...
Here we go with the E skill again. He's about to frame stuff that, well, he could be right on, because we're not sure for Bran too. Because Bran says, I would love to take his word for it because they'll once again give us the happy ending. But anyway, we're gonna have to go through the E skill again.
See over here, the date at the bottom says 7/16, and it says check out this Genshin Impact stream from 7 days ago. Yes, the date says 7/16, so this is a deleted VOD. Bran proceeded to re-upload it and then say I was lying because he re-uploaded a deleted VOD after he got called out for deleting it. And this is what it's leading to. Now, I am not the biggest fan of Bran myself, but get the facts right at least. He didn't delete any streams. He didn't stream in that week in the first place because he was away. Now he has his little sycophants, his little retarded minions who be calling other CCs rapists, right? Going around and just lying about him deleting his own videos, even though there's actual literal video proof he did it. And he then, bro, this is how I know he didn't watch my video. I am live here, looking at his Twitch VOD page with deleted videos. And then he tries to gaslight me in DMs saying he didn't delete videos. This guy is trying to gaslight me in DMs to me, telling me he didn't delete shit when I saw it live.
Nah, that's not a good look, Bran.
What?
And also, the excuse Bran gave for why the things got privated and stuff wasn't really good, because he said like he didn't mean certain things, and he kind of want to backtrack on them, but considering the aftermath of that, it does look like more of a personal thing, like you're trying to save your own ass than trying to save the person in question, you know what I mean? And now all of a sudden you're trying to pretend that you care about her more than you, trying to be empathetic. Tough proposition. And this is why, again, like I said, what Saint is painting here on this particular point, yeah, it's very hard not to be with him on this one.
Are you crazy? Why would you do that? The video proof is right there. I'm looking at it. Why would you try to deny that you did this? And why are you trying to insinuate that, like, what? Now you're getting your viewers to lie about it too? Bran is essentially trying to gaslight the entire gacha space. And he even came up with some bullshit explanation in the video, I think, for like why he deleted stuff. Bro, I'm gonna have to see it within the first 2 minutes. Let's check out this next lie, boys.
Twitch, not so much, but that's fair. So there was no deleted live streams.
Oh, so he just lied in the video. So it clearly he has a history of having deleted VODs, and then he just said in his video, just lying, even though there's video proof he deleted them, that he didn't delete them. This guy has a little photographic evidence he deleted his videos, then he just re-uploaded them, and then said he didn't do it. And apparently, in his most recent video, on a reply to his pinned comment, apparently there are some individuals saying, Ralph David, right, obviously, is the user that's been seen calling me a rapist.
Yeah, that's him.
This is not enough to get you banned on BranOnline's channel. Because this unit's comment is still, or this unit's absolute fucking unit, right? Their comment is still here. Bran just deleted it. So Bran didn't ban the user calling other people rapists. He just deleted their comment. That's another caught in 4K, bro, and this is how you know. Check it out. So even if he did delete his comment, fuck it. Just make another one.
BTS and
just make another. It's right there, bro.
Take some time off of work.
It's the same one. Yeah.
So I didn't know any of this stuff was going on, if I can be honest. I had no idea.
Hey, he lied about that too. I bet he had every idea what was going on. So basically, this dude is just proving he's the biggest hypocrite, the biggest fucking liar the space has seen. And this is just confirmation he does brigade people. This is just confirmation he is the most toxic creator in the space.
Hey, look,
I don't know how
I'm making a cameo.
Just let other people call other CCs rapists and they don't even get disciplined. Is this not, is calling other CCs rapists not bannable on, I ban people that do this. Yeah, no, this isn't allowed.
Yeah, it's hide user from, here's the thing. Hiding user from channel is easier than deleting the comment. You know what I mean? It's 2 clicks. So, because like I feel like to delete a comment, you have to go and open up YouTube Studio, open the comment, then delete it. But for notifications, because I can show you. You go, for example, let's pick a random comment. I'll pick this one. Regis, that's my boy Regis. Regis understands. That's my boy right there. Here we go. So, oh yeah, there's deleting right here. I never actually paid attention. Jesus Christ, I guess I'm too sweet, huh? So yeah, I guess you can just delete it here, or you can just mask them right here, which is banning them, which is what I just do. I don't like to just delete. It's like just get out. Just get out. I don't want to keep policing you. Like you're way out of line. I see you're kind. No. Go.
My comment section. That's why you never see stuff like this anywhere. That's why the worst thing Brad could find was like shit like this. But this is what it's like in the gacha space, boys. This is not bannable. You can't get hidden from the channel. It's fine. But he'll be the first person to tell you he's not brigading people. He'll be the first person to tell you he's not causing the problems. He'll be the first person to tell you all he does is positive.
I love how a chatter over there is saying Hassan of Gacha Gaming. Someone in my comments said Saint is Asian Hassan. Oh man.
Stuff that only makes the space better.
I love how Hassan like didn't do dig and like he's just getting dragged into this too. Like people are using him to be this low bar.
He's full of fucking shit. Because he tried to justify why he uploaded this video, right? He keeps trying to say it's to defend himself from the misinformation in my vid, the out of context clips in my vid. All of my clips are in context. This guy is just lying to defend himself and taking Candy Bug down with him for another ride because he's desperate to try to win in this situation. But we're making sure he doesn't get the opportunity to mislead any more people. So now, let's read some of my responses. Are you trying to gaslight me, right? I provided you direct proof of the use.
Yeah, I like what Saint is saying here. You're not that innocent. You are in a gray area. Like, I'm not going to demonize Bran here like Saint is doing, but I cannot ignore what Saint is doing in good faith. Like, I can't just do that. As the nuanced individual that we are over here in this corner of the streets, we're going to have to keep it a buck. I cannot just look at what... It's very hard to side with Bran on that one. You can easily side with him on other things, but on this one, yeah.
Username and comment accusing me of rape, and you just said my comment section is filled with it. Why am I being forced to look for your evidence? 2, you are punching down. You are farming the fuck out of a 4K sub creator, and you did it again this morning for more views. This is again, as you are calling them a grifter, saying their career is fucked, and that... Again,
I agree with Bran, and considering how Saint understands the YouTube game, even he said multiple times the subscriber count doesn't necessarily matter. This channels with a huge subscriber count, and they're not as near as relevant as other people with lower subscriber counts. Low key, like, seriously, it is that confusing. Yeah, so see, because I feel like people have this misconception because growing up with the internet, subscribers were very important on YouTube back in the day. That's what we were told, but now, not so much. Because now it's all about relevancy, how much views you get per video, etc., etc.
All they do is just Genshin hate, even though you already contradict yourself here and said their video had valid points. You literally just went from calling her entire video Genshin hate to now saying it's valid after pushback. You were in the middle of an assault, got caught, and now you're trying to back away like you did nothing. This is why I said punching down so much.
No, he did say he did some things. Maybe he omitted some things, as we can see through the call out of Saints here. But he did admit to things. I'm not going to sit here and pretend otherwise.
3, you have recorded instances of brigading the fuck out of CC as a fraction of your size. I had 1% of your subs, Candy Bug had 4%, and Glaive had around 12. It's not like you're not even recognizing you have an audience much bigger than anybody else you brigaded. And they do shit like this too. They call other CCs rapists, and you don't delete their comments, and you let them keep making more comments so they can keep calling more CCs rapists in the future. I wonder, would a community like that brigade people, the one that automatically upvotes a comment calling a CC a rapist 69 times in 1 hour, would that community brigade people? Answer is yes, they fucking would. Holy shit, they'd probably go murder somebody if they had their address. It's like you're not even recognizing you have an audience.
Yeah, a lot of communities will brigade you for no reason. Like for the silliest of reasons.
Much bigger than anybody you've brigaded. And
sometimes I was brigaded through misunderstandings. I was so misunderstood. I didn't really help in hindsight, but there were at least good individuals that still managed to see exactly what I'm trying to do. But for the most part, it wasn't the case, because I also think that considering how controversial the topic was and how passionate, to say the least, people were towards a particular topic and particular hate sentiment towards Saints, it was very hard to make my case. It was very hard. And a lot of people, even CCs that I'm genuinely cool with, portrayed me in a negative light and misunderstood me, despite me telling them, no, that's not it. But they ran with it anyway, because that was the general consensus about me at the time. Sucks. That's the game, man. That's the game. Now, I guess hopefully you guys can see why I'm so tolerant to when I see individuals behaving as I would expect people to behave in those particular situations. I'm more understanding, is because I realize and recognize that's just the name of the game. You know what I mean? I'm not going to necessarily get that mad. I'm going to have to navigate it, of course. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not going to have to at least do something. But I'm not going to be aggressive or emotional towards that particular thing, because I understand it. And that's kind of what I like to do here, is to at least arm you guys with a lot more understanding, so that way you can navigate the space and keep sharing your passion for these games while shielding yourself from the negative emotion you may get through conversations like this within the space. So you don't let it affect you. As we have seen earlier from comments saying, I do not want to even participate in being part of the community or seeing as part of the community anymore after seeing this. That's a very understandable and fair reason why. But the only way to stay within the community, in my opinion, is to understand it, have the mental fortitude, and arm yourself with enough knowledge to understand the why and how to properly navigate it where it doesn't stain you. I feel like that's very important.
To me, and that just shows how desperate you are to try to defend your behavior. 4. You made 3 videos on a 1K sub creator that were fully aimed at discrediting their reputation, smearing their name, and ending their career. You apologized for it, sure, but then you did it again to Glaive and then again to Candybug, not me. The fact you admitted to being friendly with Glaive before doing the same thing to him just shows you're a snake.
I love how he kept me there because that's all he could think of when he was writing that. Because that's the origin of what Saint is doing here. Yeah, it's not a good look, Saint. I'm not gonna lie.
Why is it that you guys were on talking terms before, but then after you react, you've got no relationship? Anyways, this is the timeline.
He just dabbed. Oh, I guess that just happened anyway.
Since you're clearly trying to rewrite reality, I posted my video reacting to your deleted VOD at around 8:30 p.m. my time. You DM'd me at 3 a.m. saying you won't upload the vid and are asking me to reply in DMs instead. You then upload the video anyways without a response from me and then give this goofy-ass excuse that it's my fault when my video was already live for like 15 hours. So this guy sent the DM saying he was going to take this action, took a different course of action, and then blamed something I did before he sent the DM. He's trying to pin this on me. The fact that he is harassing Candybug again, he's pouring more fuel on the fire for the 3rd fucking time. He's blaming me for...
Yeah, it's not all Saint's fault. Yeah, sure, Saint is taking advantage of it, sure, but like we're not going to sit here and pretend you also didn't participate in it. Something you also said about Candybug. And, well, you know, considering the current sentiment in the space, people are going to have a problem with you. So, yeah.
Something that happened 15 hours before this video. This guy is a fucking joke.
It's a very sensitive topic, unfortunately.
Truly, he is a fucking joke. Your lack of accountability and the groveling for excuses and the constant attempts to try to bring me into this or draw comparisons to me or even blame me for your actions is absurd. So that's the situation, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, remember the last time we had to show somebody's DMs on stream, Gacha Smack? Yeah, it ended real well for Gacha Smack, didn't it, boys? What's his viewership at like right now? Let me see.
Is he gonna pretend like he hurt his viewership? No. You're kidding me.
Oh! Kill him! Anyways, fun time.
Oh no. Holy generational aura loss, bro. Oh no, I'm crying, bro. I'm crying. Hold on. You know what? Hold on. Who knows? Who knows? You know what? I'll play along. Well, that didn't age well. that didn't age well. Which video did he bring up? Hold on.
What's his viewership at like right now? Let me see. Oh!
What? That's Arknights Infield, like duh. He's not the Arknights Infield guy. Yeah, that's normal. That's fairly normal. But for his Woowa vids, like they're all the same, which is what he is mostly known for. Yeah, it's nice. Shit, even his Honkai Star ones are still doing good. What the hell, baby? And also, you gotta realize as well that Smack has been slightly inconsistent because he's building a house. He's a father. He has 2 kids. And he has also another business. It might be other businesses too. I think he does. He's just not saying it. That's just a tinfoil hat theory of mine because he struck me as a smart man. And if I were him, I wouldn't divulge it too. So, yeah. I think that's what's happening. I do. And trying to act like... And also he showed this one. The one for Arknights Enfield, the very thing that Gacha Smack's channel don't do the best, and he tried to frame it like he just cooked him. Holy generational aura loss, bro. Oh no, I'm crying. This is so unnecessary. This is so unnecessary. You gotta... Because here's the thing. A live stream did do better than the guide video. That tells you how still relevant Smack is.
Anyways, fun time. But don't worry, guys. There's more. And this is truly where I think I'm just...
Also, I don't know why he keeps reviving the Gacha Smack drama when that was just an L for Saints. Like, anybody that's at least nuanced can look that Saint was way off base in that one drama and try to capitalize on a sentiment that should not have been capitalized on, especially considering their relationship before that instance. There was a true mask off from Saint. I'm not gonna lie, I was very disappointed in Saint in that drama, man. I still am. I don't know why he keeps perpetuating on Smack specifically. It comes off in very poor taste, man. It comes off very bitch made. I don't like that. I don't. It feels like that 16-year-old girl drama shit that you hear about in high school. I don't like it. I don't know why he does this, to be honest with you. It's unnecessary.
We're gonna end it with this one.
But again, when you consider his bottom line and him farming other CCs to keep putting them down to get himself up, which is kind of the genesis of his career in terms of relevancy specifically as a streamer and stuff like that. Because the streamer game is a different ball game than the YouTube game. I think he just... Well, I mean, it still works, so, like, I get it.
Because this is...
I just don't agree with it, because I feel like the best strategy is someone that falls in the middle of both strategically the best / morally acceptable. But if you don't have that type of morality, then I guess you can just do this, I guess. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm being subjective here. But I feel like what I'm thinking and the way I'm thinking is the general consensus. Could be wrong, though.
Brand's latest reply...
It is becoming a very competitive world. It is getting hard to get some bread out here. That's for sure.
I just stopped fucking replying to them.
People are willing to sacrifice their morals because of how difficult the world has become, bread-wise.
Dude, you can probably tell why I was on my last sort of like fucking legs. This is the last message he sent to me. This one over here. You can see it says 11:50. This was when he was bitching and moaning about the most like inconsequential comment I think anyone's ever seen. After I got sent this, I didn't care anymore. And I care so little, this is the last DM I'm going to read because he kind of just waffles from here on out and is just like crying about the smallest shit.
You care so little, you made an 1.5-hour video about it all? Oh boy. That's you caring little? Oh no, what happens if you care a lot? And you already made videos about him like 3 times. What happens if you care? What can we expect, man?
Nothing too surprising, especially when you've seen all the other messages. So, let's get this going. No, I am not trying to gaslight you. I am telling you that your comment section is filled with people calling me horrible things. These are the 3 things he sent me. These are the horrible things. This dude...
They don't read like that.
These messages to me being called a rapist in his comment section.
Open them up, open them up. I want to see them.
Bran.
They don't read the same.
How long have you been a content creator? How are you crying this much?
He does make a good point here. Yeah, Saint makes a good point here. For sure. Like, come on. Some thicker skin, boy. Come on. What the hell
one item missing from there, by the way. Where? There's only 3 screenshots in here. What do you mean there's a 3rd one missing?
I don't know. There's like death threats or something.
Are you a Brand fan? Wait, how is there a one?
It's like 2 of them say death threats, and the one he's shown, only one of them says that. I think, yeah, one of them is missing.
There's 3. I am telling you that your comment section is filled with people calling me horrible things, such as the things you alone said in your video. They're calling me horrible things like the stuff that was said. Everyone has to reread that statement twice, right? That doesn't make sense. Nothing is specified. What the fuck is he trying to say? You have implied the reason I watched the video is to solely punch down on someone else due to how you personally felt 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yes, because that's what you're doing. Like, this is now a parroted statement to make. In your...
Well, hold on. Are we sure Candybug wants you to do this in her name? See, dude, if Candybug comes out and says to Bran, like, I wasn't even mad at you at all. Oh, man, that is not going to be a good look for Saint, man. I feel like the best... See, Candybug could be the matchmaker. You know what I mean? Because now, see, both of them make good points towards each other. So, like, I'm in the middle. Like, I'm in no one side. Like, in some points, I'm with this or I'm with that one. But I feel like the deciding factor here, what could end this 100% once and for all, is Candy Bug weighing in on this situation? I doubt she will, but that would be funny as shit if she were to weigh in. And I'd be very curious to see who she's gonna side with. Whoever she sides with wins. Yeah. She's gonna be the matchmaker, man.
Comments, my comments, Twitter, etc. Because it's true. They're saying I'm laughing at death threats everywhere because you did. They're now saying I'm laughing at... Why are you blaming me? Brand, this is...
He wasn't laughing at them. He was laughing at how pathetic they are. It's like, Jesus Christ. But again, framing is powerful.
Your VOD. Why are you blaming me for you giggling? How is this my fault?
Well, you are using it to propitiate. You are doing the very thing you are blaming Brand for, which is him talking about something and making the community act out. You're just doing the same thing. It's a lot of repetition over here happening, ladies and gents.
See this guy blaming me because he did this. I've never seen somebody who's just such a little pussy boy. Bro, this guy, bro, just call him Pussy Online, bro. Why? What, bro, why?
Why is for you, man? Why you have to call him that stuff, man? You are not farming aura. Just drop it.
Why are you blaming me for your actions? You did this. Stop crying to me about it.
He makes a good point here. You did play a hand in this. Don't. If you know the type of audience you have, if you know how sensitive the situation is, this is the second time you're looking at this. Be more mindful. Yeah, for sure. Be more mindful. Lock in. True. And Brand did apologize for not locking in. He did. And that put him in a lot of trouble. And well, that's on you, man. That's on you. True. But again, people like to put a face to the things that happens to them. And people don't like to take accountability for their own actions or look within as to why bad things are happening to themselves. It's a defense mechanism we have as individuals. A little trivia there for y'all. It's why we do that shit. That hence the explanation to that behavior, why we keep doing that hypocritical dumb shit. Because of that, unfortunately, we cannot, kind of like what you said about Candy Bug, what I said too, we cannot just sit here and say you're just a 100% a victim. You did play a hand in this. Is it an extreme reaction? Yes, but you did play a hand. Like, we're not going to sit here and pretend that it was. Does that excuse that extreme reaction? No. But people are going to have an issue with you. Criticism is going to happen. That's fair. That degree is unfair. Let's just make sure the temperature is fine, ladies and gents. I mean, shit. We're dying out here. We're having people quit and don't want to even be seen part of the space because of y'all's actions. Like, come on, relax.
It's your fault for doing it. People say that I called her racist everywhere, all because you want to believe it to be. No, Bran, I said you introduced the topic of racism, and when your community is the same one that just calls people rapists for no reason, it's not too crazy to assume your community is going to call people racists for no reason. You alone have provided me all the proof I need to just confirm your community is probably the one doing it. Because they've shown they have the chops for brigading, the chops for falsely calling people racist, the chops for harassing people, and it's all here in your own comment section on your own video. And we showed you won't delete it, you support it, and you want to keep it seen.
Well, can Brand say also this is a one guy? Can he do that too? I don't know. But I guess it's the upvotes, I guess. Yeah, you know what? Never mind.
Let's just stop. Let's not doing this here. Your community does this stuff. We've proven your community does this stuff. So you can speak it to a hopeful existence. All because you want to believe it to be, so you can speak it into a hopeful existence. Bran, let me tell you the linchpin of this existence, of your community being toxic. Your community did it for me. I didn't do anything. Your community is the one that called me a rapist and liked it 69 times within
There it is. Yeah, he's mentioning it too. True.
an hour. That's your community. Your community.
Well, also plus your haters. It's a different faction again. Like, hold on now. We on to you.
Provided this proof that this is what they're going to do. And now everyone can provably say...
I'll be honest, when I talk about Saint, typically my most upvoted comments tend to be... I don't heart them, I don't like them, but I let people have freedom of speech. People complain about Saint a lot. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend otherwise. And that's just me as a small CC. In a bigger CC's comment section, I would not be surprised to see them being upvoted a lot. That's just my experience. I'm not saying what Saint is saying is wrong. I'm just saying maybe the faction that I'm mentioning here that Saint is forgetting about may be a bigger component than the one Saint think is doing the upvoting. Food for thought. That's just my experience, though. This could be subjective.
If they're going to call somebody a rapist, they're probably going to brigade people. They're probably going to call them racist too. And nobody can deny that now. You are now known as the brigader community. You are now known as a community
No, that's the... You know what? Never mind.
that will call people racist. You are now known as the community that will harass other
Again.
CCs. And you can never wash that away because this is what's on your channel. And you're trying to...
That, see, what I stopped myself from doing now is a self-insert. Do it like me, Candybug. Jesus.
equate it to the most...
You gotta watch out for yourself. Because again, sometimes we could be our worst enemy. And you gotta watch out with yourself. Like, V gotta watch V. Like, hey, what you about to do over there, baby? I'm there, dude.
baby fucking comments you've ever seen, bro. Like, bro's out here clutching his pearls like, oh no, Saintontas is the devil. As you're out here murdering babies. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Holy analogy.
If enough people spread, it'll suddenly be true. I guess if enough people say something is a certain way, it'll just be true, right? Hey, I guess I'm a criminal now. Damn, that sucks. I made one
He's being hit by a smooth criminal.
reaction to one video. Low
You know what that means? He's been hit by a smooth criminal.
sub count
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie. Like, if for the uninitiated, Saint smooth with this shit.
or first video doesn't mean you're immune to criticism. So Bran has just said he's going to react to more people on their first video ever and send his community after them. He said he's going to do it again. He's basically gave himself the green light to go harass more smaller CCs. Get ready, guys. Hey, if you upload a Genshin critique video, this is what's coming your way. You will be called shit like this by his
All right, we need to test that. We need to make one, make it blow up, and see what happens.
entire community. They will mass upvote it and just do all this shit to you. I'm guaranteeing it. They will do this to you. Because it's happened to me 4 times already. It happened to Glaive, happened to Candybug. Bran is saying he's going to harass more CCs, react to them, and then sick his community that he knows is saying this shit on them. Bro is like an actual, like, content creator. Bro, this is like bro is a small CC predator. If I use the full fucking phrasing, that's okay, right? Bro is a predator of small CCs. Straight up. I don't know how else to say this. He's just like, dude, first video ever? Not a problem. Get him. Let's cook him. It's like he actively looks out for them, looks for a fish that he could just take a nice little bite out of,
Holy projecting.
remorselessly, and then just fucking goes for it. It seems
No,
like he's just out
no.
there to destroy everybody, bro.
No.
And he gave himself the green light to keep
That was
doing
just you, man. That was just you. And that's just how you felt. Look, it ain't nothing personal. It's all business. Again, see, if you want us to look at you and go, it's all business, well, you got to do the same, man. It's all business. Look, that's just talk of the town. He's covering the talk of the town because it's his job. It's all business.
This is the part. This is why I'm calling him a small CC predator. Because he has no remorse. He has
That's crazy framing. We are not buying on. I am not. I don't know about you, chat. I am not buying on that one. You're on your own on this one, bro.
absolutely no fucking regret. And he says here, I'm gonna do it again. He just says right here, I'm gonna do it again.
You know what? Let me read that again. I made one reaction to one video, low sub count on first video. Doesn't mean you're immune to criticism. True. And in my case, because even Saint says that, by the way, once again. And in my case, it really wasn't that bad. I urge you to actually show me which parts you find as inflammatory as you made out in that original video, if you will. Because truly not a single person said anything until you, and then the floods followed. Of course, because that's an opposing type of community, for sure, to yours. I'm genuinely curious which parts you found that insufferable that you had to present out of context information to make me look worse. That's a fair thing to say, man. That's a fair thing to say. Saint is I think he's using his full concerto energy with his E skill now. Yeah, he's using the enhanced version of his skill, but we are not buying. That didn't work. His plan did not work.
Again. That's crazy. I urge you to actually show me the parts which you find as inflammatory as you made out in the original video, if you will. So Bran is asking me, Saintontas, can you send me the parts of the video that you didn't like and that you reacted negatively to? Why don't you just watch my video, you retard? He's again asking me to do work for him.
Well, because you guys are talking, you can just tell him. You don't have to go and find the timestamps. You can just tell him.
He asked me to find proof of my own community harassing him. Now he's asking me to find proof of what's wrong in his video when I have a video on it.
Yeah, the comment one, I'm with you there. This one, you can just tell him. Not a big deal.
This guy is lazy as fuck, bro. I don't even know what to say. Dude, he's lazy. Because truly, not a single person said anything until...
Yeah, big CCs tend to become lazy because editors and... Well, even Saints can be lazy sometimes because of the... Sometimes the glue guys don't do a good job. And yeah, he just takes everything they say and he doesn't really follow up on their research. So yeah, they can make you very lazy, and understandably so.
You, and then the floods followed. So nobody held you accountable until I did. So that's what you're saying. So basically, you were held unaccountable for all your actions until I came in, and now you're getting held accountable. That's essentially what you were getting away with murder, and now an investigation's begun, and you're trying to tell the investigator to fuck off. Okay, cool. I'm genuinely curious which parts you found in Star.
That's a crazy analogy, but sure.
Well, they had to present out of context information to make me look worse.
We're comparing criticism to a YouTube video to murder, man. Oh, man.
Bran does this tactic called say it until it's true.
That's in America. That's how America does it, man. We keep doing the wrong thing until we make it right. That's right, man. That's the American way. But unfortunately, Bran is British. I don't know how that's happening to the people that are drinking cups of tea and bottle of waters, man. I don't know, man. I'm surprised.
Notice every time he said the word out of context, both in his video and in these DMs, he doesn't explain how it's out of context. This is what you call a straw man. A straw man is when you go ahead and you try to poke holes in somebody's arguments, but you do that by making a weaker version of the argument to attack that instead. BranOnline is straw manning my points by saying that they're out of context and then saying that they're bad because they're out of context. Yet he provides no proof for how they're out of context. So every single time...
But he did in his video. Yeah, you would have known had you watched it too. Both of them are not helping their cases a lot, man. I feel like they're doing a decent job at exposing the opposition, but in sometimes, like as they try to like paint a narrative against the other opposition, they just don't help it themselves. Like both of them are just Jesus. They're I don't know. Maybe they agreed privately in DMs we cannot see here to go at an aura loss parkour or something. I don't know, man. Jesus.
Time he says something's out of context, I just ignore it because he has no proof and he's just saying a bunch of shit because he's trying to gaslight me into believing that I did something wrong when I didn't, because he's not explaining what I did wrong, so I have no reason to believe him. Bran just makes points but provides no explanation. That's why he's a terrible drama creator that will never succeed on drama, and that's why he's in so much shit.
Well, that's commentary. It's not necessarily drama. It's just that maybe it's new to him. That's why. Now hold on. No. Well, maybe, yeah, I guess maybe drama isn't his forte. He's trying to provide commentary and not necessarily fan the flames to drama, which I guess that's what drama creators are. Because I feel like there's a slight difference between drama creators and commentary channels. Because I feel like drama channels fan the flames more, but commentary channels just comment on everything, give their opinion on it, and keep it pushing. But always give typically the disclaimer to not attack any of the parties involved. Because I feel like Bran is just trying to be a commentary channel. It's kind of like me. But yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe he's just not good at it. Who knows? Maybe he needs to skill issue. Maybe
right now. And
but I think he has what it takes. He has what it takes. That's for sure. But I don't know, man. I feel like there's other forces at play when it comes to Bran. I can't shake this feeling. I feel like there are more forces at play. But that's just me, though. I feel like at a personal level. But that's just me.
Caught in there's at least 15 lies at this point, right? In all these DMs. Have you ever seen somebody lie this much in DMs after saying, guys, this is why I can't take serious CCs that want to try to settle things in DMs. CCs. This is why you can't settle things in DMs. Bitches will just lie to you like this. Do it all publicly. Fuck it. Do it all publicly. These motherfuckers is just gonna lie to you in DMs.
No. No. Like that's the correct gentlemanly thing to do. That's the proper social etiquette. Because ultimately, this is no one's business. This is you guys' business. No. No, you want to solve this privately. Like you and Mr. Pokey are solving the lawsuit privately. Even the law says to fix some things privately. And sometimes they encourage people to do so before wasting everybody's time looking at the case. It's like, I don't know, man. You know what? Maybe I should, biasly speaking from a subjective standpoint that is my own, I'm with him because that's more content for us. But objectively speaking, it's none of our business. It should be solved privately, and let us just focus on the fact that Withering Waves has removed echoes from the weekly stuff like that. Like, let's just go back to talking about our 2D anime baddies and the 50-50 system and stuff. That would be nice.
Like this motherfucker is right now. Just air it all out, bro. Stop being pussies. Because that's... I bet this guy's only done DMs.
You call us pussies? No, I call you poorly mannered child for this one. No, it's not what a pussy is. It doesn't work. It's a gentleman thing. It's proper etiquette. That's right. It's like when you take a lady out for dinner or stuff. It's the proper etiquette, man. It's what you do. It's why you dress good before going somewhere important. It's why you wear a suit to certain events. It's proper etiquette. It's what people do. What the fuck are we talking about here, man? So again, see here we go again with that tough boy act that gets in the way and makes him lose aura. It's like, geez, why does he do this? I don't understand. I think he knows this too.
His entire life, he got comfortable lying. I think this guy just got comfortable gaslighting and lying to people in DMs. He thought it was going to work on me. Not on me. You literally went from calling your entire video Genshin hate to now saying it's valid after pushback. You're in the middle of an assault, got caught, now you're trying to back away like you did nothing. I have a way with words. As for this part, I said multiple times there are plenty of parts I'd agree with. I don't think it was mindless hate. I think the premise of the video was hate.
You don't say. You don't say. Low key, I'm not gonna lie, Saint has been a blessing in the gacha space, and here's why. I know this is shocking to some, but I feel like we've grown as individuals in how to navigate certain conversations through Saints. Like, love him or hate him, but I feel like we're getting some good XP through Saints. I'm very grateful to him for that. I'm not gonna lie. He's putting us on game when it comes to certain things, man. Low key.
Sorry, my head hurt after I read that. Sorry, my head hurt trying to understand that. It was literally called, was Genshin always this bad? So yes, it was heavily to do with hate. Saying something is bad doesn't mean you hate it. Like if your mom put too much salt in the eggs, you can say they're bad. That doesn't mean you hate her food.
Yeah, my mom thinks I hate her too when I say this is too salty. So you hate my cooking then? No. I love your cooking. It's just that this time you done goofed up with the salt. You know what? I ain't cooking shit for you no more. Get your ass out of here. I know my mom ain't the only one. I know I ain't the only one whose mom said that to them. I know.
So this guy just said, was Genshin always this weird and bad? That means it has to be a full hate video? What? Dude. Stop getting in drama if this is how you construct points. This makes no fucking sense.
All right, know what? Let me try. Let me give it a shot. As for this part, I said multiple times there were plenty of parts I agreed with. I don't think it was mindless hate. I think the premise of the video was hate. Well, I can see how he can easily get confused, but considering at the end she said she does love Genshin Impact, but she also does hate it. She has a love-hate relationship with the game, which a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with things in their life. It's not all hate, because it's hate coming from a place of love. You know what I mean? It is hate, but from a place of love. You know what I mean? The intent is loving, but the application is hate. I hope that makes some sense. I can see, the more I say it, the more you can see how Bran can easily get confused. It was literally called going back to what Brandy's saying, it was literally called "Was Genshin Always This Weird and Bad?" So yes, it was heavily to do with hate. Hate can still be valid. My point on this never changed. Genuinely, I'm pretty sick right now. My memory is foggy, but I did ask Think from the start. I said I just didn't like how it went from seemingly opinions-based in the game's logic to opinion-based on headcanons. True, that is the biggest complaint I feel like all of us have towards that one video, and I think that's the fairest thing one can say towards it, 100%. But the fact that you thought that it was all hate, I can understand your confusion, but you should have done your homework a little more. And considering the size of your channel, yeah, you really have to. You have a lot more responsibility towards doing your homework, because with great success and great power comes greater responsibility. I'm a small CC, and even me, just reacting, considering the type of channel I am, which is commentary, and the importance of context to my audience, I was immediately called out by my audience saying, "Hey, yo, sure, this is good, but you really need the context on this one. You really need it." And I did need it, and they were right. But that's the thing, man. That's the name of the game. You are in this, you're gonna have to do that extra work, the extra miles, which you signed up for. Don't come crying now.
My opinion on this never changed. Genuinely, I'm pretty sick right now. My memory's foggy, but I did ask Think from the start. I said I didn't like how it went from seemingly opinions based in game logic to opinions based in headcanon. Oh, what does that have to do with you saying... Okay, let me just say this. What the fuck does what he have to say have to do with this? How do you explain this?
It's just Genshin heated.
Yeah, he was talking out of his ass on this one. I can't remember if this was one of the pieces that he said he was just talking for the sake of talking. My memory is telling me it is, but I'm not completely sure, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, this was just not it.
Their audience is just Genshin haters now.
I can see his point, but now in hindsight, I remember like when I was reacting to it, considering what he was constructing there as well, I'll kind of agree with it, but now in hindsight, not entirely. Like I said earlier, not entirely. Because the actual defenders are actually Genshin fans. Those are the ones coming at her. She's in the eyes, she's in the radar of the passionate fans of Genshin Impact. She can cater to them. She could grift. You know what I mean? She could LARP. Which is not necessarily LARPing, come to think of it, because she did say in the video she does love Genshin Impact. And actually, here's how she can spin it. You know what? Here's a $1,000 idea. You can go, well, I did say I love the game, and come to think of it, I have been always critical, and I feel like my criticism and some of the woke ideologies that have actually got me in hot waters were always getting in the way of me actually enjoying the piece of media that I love, and made me hate it. But now, through you guys and through me sharing with you guys, I now know better. And since then, I have replayed the game, and I have actually started enjoying it. So now, I'm actually all good, and I'm gonna make more Genshin content because I actually started to like the game, and I do want to criticize certain aspects of the video game, like the resin, stuff like that, when appropriate, and share this journey with you guys. Thank you guys so much for helping me wake up from the slumber that I'm in. There it is. What do you guys think about that? I feel like that's a 3D chess move. That's a 4D chess move. You're welcome, Candybug, if you see this. Someone clip it for her. You're welcome.
That's it.
If you care, of course. I mean, you can just move on to different types of media, because I think that's what you said you wanted to do anyway. So you do you, baby.
So this person is either going to become a Genshin grifter, or...
By the way, what Brandy's saying here was actually, come to think of it, again, in hindsight, that's tribalistic as fuck.
And that was the plan all along?
No,
Yeah,
not necessarily. The plan is to capitalize on viewership and stuff. I was with him there 100% because that's what I thought too. But to become a Genshin grifter, not necessarily. Yes, we have seen a lot of examples from that. So one might assume it could just simply be that, but not necessarily. You don't necessarily have to. Oh, yeah.
Doesn't mean you're a grifter. Yeah, actual grifters will tell you that criticism is grifting. Mr. Pokey seems to think that. Gacha Smack seems to think that. A lot of people seem to think that giving critique to a game means you're grifting. No, if you're not giving critique, you're grifting. Bran, it's very fair to say most people think that you're the real grifter in this situation because you literally look like Hoyo's defense dog. Like, literally. You look like a Hoyo attack defense dog. trying to shut down critique for the game, which is what grifters do. So let's just...
Oh, boy.
I've given you an actual explanation for the term. You just threw around buzzwords to generate hate towards the creator. And if you're going to call their entire video grifting, that also means there's no good points in it. So you just got caught lying again. Show me the recorded instances of me telling my community to...
How was that a lie? That was just him misunderstanding things and misusing words and stuff. Like, see, again, because Saints thinks that he's coming from a bad place. You know, he's coming in bad faith, so sure.
For gay people.
I can see why Saints would think
I
that.
don't need to. Your community does this, so I believe they...
Well, because they don't hate brands, so.
Gay people. So this is like this. Imagine that you're like... It's like a neo-Nazi group, right? And then the neo-Nazis are like trying to defend themselves. And they're like, how about you find proof that we're racist to black people? Yeah, find proof of that. And then there's like actually evidence that like members of that group are murdering black people. You don't need proof that they're racist to black people if they're murdering them already, right? Because like you can automatically like kind of assume that like one's obviously true if they're doing that.
But see, that's that. Well, he's making a very hard example here. Genshin community is not like the Nazis. It's like, what? Okay, I'm starting to see why someone said he's Asian Piker. He's Asian Hassan Piker. Okay, now I see what you were cooking there, bro. Now I see it. I'm late to the party. I haven't seen this clip before. Now I see why that commenter said he's Asian Hassan Piker. Now I get it. And no, the Nazis is a crazy example. The Genshin community is a chill community. They're passionate, otaku, anime-loving players that one might argue actually need help because obviously there's a bit of that loneliness epidemic over there that obviously the game's trying to take advantage of. But there still is happy people, fulfilled people still enjoying the game, kids still just starting out on life. The fact is this game can be, kids can play this game, even though I don't think kids should be playing it considering some characters like Llama, whatever her name is, etc. that is a little too skin revealing, etc. But then again, depends on the culture, I guess. I don't know. Who am I? I don't have kids. I'm not going to tell people how to raise their kids, but I'm just saying maybe that's a little too much for kids. But for teenagers, that's definitely the game. Yeah, for teenagers, young adults, etc., that's a decent game, especially for people that are just starting to experience games and want to just play something good on their phone. That's a good game. It is. And when you take that into consideration, not everybody's what Saint is saying here. That's a small minority. And so what? Are those people like that too? No. It's just normal folk, like people. I know even parents. I heard stories of parents. I even met them actually that got into gacha games, whether it's Genshin, Honkai, whatever, because they saw their children play it as a means to, of course, you know, have more activity to do with the kid. Also, I'm pretty sure secretly make sure the kid is doing some stuff that they can okay. And yeah, ain't a big deal, man. It ain't a big deal. So are those also part of the craziness? No, hell no. So again, it showcases how dangerous this AoE is. And I don't fault Saint for this one. This is a very normal behavior you see of how people like to AoE a community by the sum total of the vocal minority, because that's just how people like to do things, because it's a defense mechanism. Because what I can easily prevent harm to myself by attributing negativity towards this particular thing. It makes my life easier to navigate. It makes the world and society easy to navigate to me. Because if I have to do my homework every single time I see someone in a community that I have once heard can have very negative individuals, that's very tiresome, isn't it? That's tough. So that's why people do that.
So similarly, Bran, I don't need proof that you brigade people as a community
like to AoE,
believe it, because your community does this. They call people rapists without proof. So if they're going to do that...
I'm having PTSD flashback from what he's saying here. Obviously, it's in reference to another creator. We miss him.
And there's this much support for it, I automatically believe they're going to brigade people. It's logical, it's fair, and that's going to be my take regarding the matter. He allows this, he wouldn't delete them until he's called out, and of course, I guess he likes the traffic it drives to his channel. You act like this is a conscious choice. Yes. Brad, you made the conscious decision not to hide this user from your channel. They can keep posting comments. This wasn't bannable. You proved that this is not bannable.
You can't know that. You can't know that. Unless well, technically he did make him aware, and then on stream, he still found it. Well, maybe I think it was just a chatter. No, I think he pulled it up. Oh, I'm having an unk moment. No, I think he pulled it up. Yeah, see, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad.
On your channel, so you are making a conscious decision here.
Yeah, true.
When I literally stated time and time again to not do this.
Now we can't find it because Saint has covered it now. But at the time, considering Bran was trying to look for a trade and wanted to hold his cards so that he makes it you know, you do this for me, I do this for you. He kept it there for the meantime, for the time being, until like maybe he can have Saint comply with him as well. Bit of a power move there that unfortunately that did not work, Bran. You were doing that to the wrong horse, buddy.
You can keep saying you do this, but until you show me a situation that doesn't exist and me advocating for this, you're just literally wrong. Bran, you had to be told to delete this comment. You weren't going to delete this until I told you about it. You were going to let this stay up, and that alone is enough to prove you support this behavior. And if that's not true, convince me how that's not true. Also, I don't know the percentages. I had about 200K when I watched your video, I think. Maybe less. Deadass, I don't know. Candy actually very likely had less than 4K and gained subs from her video. Sub count is never a factor on if I watch a video or not, because I agree that would be weird. So, Bran, how about this? Sub count should maybe be a factor on if you don't watch a video. Because you're getting shit for trying to snuff out careers before they've started, and you keep trying to justify how you keep doing that. Maybe you just say, hey, maybe I don't need to sick my community of 4,000 rabid animals that will call people rapists on every new CC that posts a Genshin Impact critique. Maybe I don't need to sick my community that says shit like this onto every new CC that makes a critique. But like, you seem to be justifying your behavior, knowing your community, knowing that I sent you this morning, and you still seem to be saying that you're in the right to just keep ruining careers like this. So we're going to keep holding you accountable in case you decide to try this shit again, because clearly you're on the ropes whenever you have a fucking conversation with me. You are so scared, it's unbelievable. And when it's this easy for me to hold you accountable, I'll do it for fucking free. But I'm gonna get paid anyways. We gotta make videos about you. I think the reason you see it this way is yet again because you're accusing me of seeing
Game's game, man. I told you. And there it is in 4K.
Things the way you see things. You trying to draw equivalencies to me just shows how desperate you are to try to justify your behavior. But your entire reasoning for this hate train right now is because it reminds you of what happened between us 2 years ago. No, it's because your comment section is calling me a rapist. I saw this morning, that I saw you minimizing it for 5 DMs. And so I was like, fuck you, I'm leaking your DMs and showing the world what a piece of shit you are. And that's the main reason, Bran, why we're going in on this today. Because you literally decided you wanted to, like, barter with this instead of just deleting it like a good person. And then you proceed to try to justify your dog shit behavior of attacking more CCs with a community that you know is mentally ill if they're posting stuff like this, and you have no remorse at all in the circumstances. And also, when you decide to try to compare baby-ass little bitch boy comments like this to me...
We know this one is out of date. He does have bad comments. He does.
Being accused of crimes. Oh, you've gone too far now. You are the most bitch made. You are bitch online.
No, he's not. He's not bitch. He's normal. I would say he's just a little, maybe too civilized. But I feel like, you know, he's good. He's not bitch at all.
Bro, you are pussy
he's
online,
just too sweet.
Bro, I don't know what you are, bro. You might as well be a... I'm tired of you. But this is the thing. I'm not tired of farming you.
Of course
I did not end your career. Nor did I try to. Look at you. This guy, dude's trying to glaze right now. I feel like part of him is saying, look at you, because he's scared of me as well.
Was? I guess he's just trolling.
The videos were aimed at discrediting misinformation, not your reputation. Didn't want to smear a name and certainly not end a career. And yes, I apologize for it a couple times. More so apologize for going so hard when I could have just ignored. And do you see how this guy is just missing the point? He even says himself, he could have just ignored and not gone so hard. And yet he still doesn't have the self-reflection to realize this is his 3rd video on Candybug. Just like it was his 3rd video on me. So he's out here saying, these situations are not equivalent. They're not even close. I apologize to you for going so hard, yet this is his 3rd...
Go ahead, say something. I think Saint brings out the worst out of people. He does expose their flaws. He does. Oh, man.
3rd video on Candybug. Just like it was the 3rd video on me. So even as he's over here trying to, like, virtue signal about how he's, like, doing things differently, it's literally a carbon copy of what he did before. 2 whole years ago. I reacted to one Glaive video where I disagreed, but he discounted the other countless positive reactions. Because of what? Narrative. I was told endlessly not to give that Genshin hater a platform, yet I watched his video because I found him genuinely interesting and honest about things.
Yeah.
This is the thing, Bran.
That's clean.
You got convinced by your community because you are one of the biggest CC sycophants I've ever seen. And like when I guess this is the type.
No, well, he said they didn't convince him. I'm
the person that dominates your channel. Maybe you are just bitch made. You can feel like you gotta listen to them all the time. Otherwise, they're gonna say this shit about you.
No,
I think a big part
he
of
ignored them.
Is that you're scared of your own community. You are scared of your own viewers. You are scared of your own fucking channel, bro. Because if you're too scared to delete this, I think you're scared of your audience turning on you. You're scared that this negative energy is gonna, bro, imagine if these people hate you. You probably don't want that. And that's why you're acting like this. Because they have you by the fucking balls. If you're too scared to delete comments like this, if you're too scared to moderate your comment section, they got you fucking vice grip.
Maybe he's just sick and couldn't see this comments. Because he is sick. I don't know. I feel like, he would have known again. Technically, he did read it in the DMs, but if you see the video, you know he's sick. So I don't know if I'm sick and I'm visiting family and all that. I'm touching grass. I'm pretty sure some comments are going to slip through the cracks, especially if I'm as big as Bran. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, well, I ain't buying what Saint is selling here.
Bro, you like in that one fucking hole by that one like patty motherfucker. Bro's ass was on the dude's head and like had him in a fucking choke, bro. I don't even know how you do that. That's your community on you, Bran. You are
what the fuck is... Okay, the Saints analogies are crazy today.
In a fucking pad thai, bro. You're dead. Bro.
Oh boy.
How do you get out of this? Dude, you're dead. Like, how did he even get there? But, like, how do you get out? Dude, you're dead. What the hell is this? This is a submission hold, bro. This dude's getting choked out. That's BranOnline, and this is his community. Yeah, I watch his videos because I found him genuinely interesting and honest about things. I got heated. In one reaction, we cleared the air the same week, yet you are still bringing it up. We're still on talking terms. It just so happens we never really had much to talk about. We literally only spoke about content prior. So, Bran, this is probably what happened. You guys just don't talk to each other because you kind of burned the bridge because you snaked his fucking ass, sicked your community on him, and he didn't like it. Because that's probably what happened, Bran. You had a negative reaction to him. Glaive got to see your dog shit community and decided he didn't want to talk to you anymore. Because he saw how nasty your fucking community is. And we've seen it firsthand today just how dirty they are. Here's the last one, I think. I'm not trying to rewrite reality. You're just really bad at understanding another perspective. Everything's my fault. Bran is the one that laughed at death threats. Bran is the one that introduced racism. Bran is
the framing. So powerful.
the one that has people calling people rapists in their comments, and it's all my fault. Guys, he's just trying so hard to gaslight me into thinking I somehow have responsibility for this shit. And this is, again, because when somebody acts like this much of a fucking rodent, it is my responsibility to show the DMs and show how they're acting like a fucking rodent. Because good golly gee, pest control's calling, and they're wondering why I'm stealing all the business. I'm not trying to rewrite reality. You're just really bad at understanding another perspective. So let me present exactly what happened so you can choose not to believe it. I ended my stream. I tried highlighting my VOD for a sponsor prior. It didn't work. I tried...
Oh, yeah, that was the excuse. I remember now. Yeah. He said it was because of a sponsor. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Everything,
you do what
like
you want.
adding to a collection, unpublishing the VOD, nothing worked. Zero reason to lie about any of this. Now it makes it seem like you deleted your shit because you got caught saying some bad...
Yeah. See, it's tricky. On this one, it's tricky. I don't know who the side was. But it's very hard to side with Bran. I'm not gonna lie.
And stuff, and then afterwards
like
you put it back up.
80% with Saints on this one.
You made up this excuse because you already lied about like 30 other things today. You lied about watching my video. You lied about my clips being out of context. You lied about things regarding like how you were reacting to Candy Bug. You lied about actual things that occurred, and now I have no choice but to believe. But you're lying about this because proof. I then decide not to post the video to YouTube.
He showed a bit on his video, but I don't think it was enough. I wasn't fully convinced. I'm not gonna lie.
So this is what he said. I just decided not to post the video to YouTube for some reason. Wait, that is actually his explanation. I gotta move the chat. Wait, he just says right over here. I did my stream. I tried highlighting my VOD for a sponsor prior. It didn't work. I tried everything like adding to collection, unpublishing the VOD, etc. Nothing worked. Zero reason to lie about any of this. Why is he typing like frantically? This makes no sense. I then, that night, decide to not post the video to YouTube. I then wake up this morning to messages in my mentions comment section on YouTube. See clips circulate that are clearly cut purposely to make me look bad. This is like... Wait, what's the reason for why he didn't post the video unless there was something bad in his video? And the only time he posts it is after he puts on... Bro, this is...
There's a very important window there. I feel like a very important question. Did he leave the video, the VOD up after he tried unlisting, doing all that? Because where else, how else would they get the clips after he unlisted it and went to sleep? Or maybe that it needed time for those clips to take off so that he's aware that people are doing that. I feel like that's a very important piece of context here that's missing.
Basically this. This is the unprotected video.
Because if he kept them up, if he kept the VOD up, then what Saint is painting here just crumbles. But if he didn't, which I think he didn't, then yeah, Bran doesn't look good.
He's the condom. Bro, you like re-reacted to your video and took on the role of a human condom for it. What the fuck? You look guilty!
In this framing, yes.
So, you're saying there was nothing wrong with a VOD or a stream that got deleted, and the only time you re-upload it is after you put a fucking condom on the vid.
Jesus Christ.
And you're saying nothing bad happened. Dude, that's very unbelievable.
I'm with the chatter there, bro. These analogies, I'm
This is
dead.
extremely ridiculous, bro. Nobody can believe this, bro, after they've seen all of the actual lack of proof you provide, and of course, all the proof that I'm actually providing. So I wake up this morning to messages in my mentions, comment section on YouTube, see clips circulating around there, clearly cut purposely to make me look bad. I said, and I quote, I didn't upload the second part of the video as to not stoke any fires for the original CC, yet between choosing that and going to bed, to waking up to see you posting a whole hit piece on me focusing on out-of-context snippets, he still has not explained how any of these clips that I reacted to were out of context. Guys, he simply just said 40 times that it's out of context, yet in this many DMs and this many paragraphs and sentences, he has never explained a single time what is the proper context then if these are out of context. Is that fair? That's not happened yet.
Well, he did in his video. But again, see, if Bran wants Saint to help him with things, Bran should help Saint as well. So yeah, he should have maybe gotten some clips of his own VOD and his own video and show him in the DMs. That would have been nice. See, Bran did a poor job. He did not come armed enough. Yeah, he didn't have the glue. He didn't have that.
Basically, he just says it's out of context. I say proof, and he just says because I said so. That's not a way to argue and be taken seriously. That's a good way to piss me the fuck off, though.
Yeah, see, this is what I said at the start, that this is not the way to talk to Saint. That's what I meant.
I did decide I had to make a follow-up because
Saint is he has a strong ego, and he behaves a lot like my best friend, and I know how my best friend operates. Especially if he's pissed at you. Oh man, you're on eggshells, buddy boy. Oh, you are on eggshells. They are very hard to navigate in that situation, and you cannot apply your own ego because that's a call to challenge them. And they will come at you because they are already looking to come at you. They can't wait to just unleash the dragon on you. And yeah, just don't give them fodder for that, because especially if your goal is to find the middle ground and, you know, peace. But they're not looking for peace. They're looking for problems initially. But you can get them there because they are rational individuals, regardless of their, let's just say, negative traits that you may or may not have caused them to get triggered by. You know, you kind of brought it on yourself, kind of. But sometimes they're a little too damn sensitive.
it's disingenuous as fuck. How? Where? Why? We still haven't seen it yet, bro. It was never about waiting for you to respond to my message before deciding whether or not to post. You just misunderstood me as a base level. You took it at me saying I won't upload the video when I said I did it. Bro is now out here bringing up fucking dictionary.com. He's like, well, technically, based off of the first English romanization of this in the print catalog, it was utilized in this way. And so as a result, bro, is he getting into fucking semantics? Bro, are you getting into semantics in a DM? You can read this. And most people could say, I think Brand is trying to piss you off. Because isn't it fair for your reaction to this to just be pissed off at his messages?
No.
I feel like bro is actually trying to rage bait me. What the fuck is he saying? This isn't me being obtuse either. It's my intent on telling you why I left it where I left it until I saw you uploading everything about me. What excuse did I give that it was your fault? Guys, he's asking where he said it was my fault. Brant, you said out of context 40 times, yet you've never explained what context is. Even in your video you uploaded this morning, you didn't explain what the context was. Bro, let's just listen to your retarded ass.
We're going to talk about a few things, and I think it's only fair that I go over all of these details because I'm seeing a lot of out-of-context clips being taken and spread in a lot of places, and I realized this when I woke up this morning to a bunch of very unkind messages.
Because, guys,
I loved how he knew, once again, where to pause. Just let it play a bit more, man. There's some decent stuff there.
reviews some clips, right?
It helps us.
Where's me?
He didn't mention you.
Where's me?
Wait, are you mad that he didn't mention you?
How is my reaction in my video out of context when you don't play it and confirm and show where?
Yeah, well, he tried to avoid talking about you and settle things in DMs like gentlemen do. Yeah, it's kind of what people do, man. Newsflash.
He just said it and is telling his audience to believe it. He says the clips are out of context, plays them, but
well, at first I thought like he was just, avoiding the boogeyman. But then after the DMs, now it makes sense why he didn't include him in the video. Because, just settle things privately. That's smart.
Won't play my video. This is the most pussy argumentative tactic I've ever seen.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Just stop doing that, please.
Says I'm out of context, explains these clips. I didn't even react to this one, by the way.
Look at that guy on the chat, too. He's a big-ass pussy. Oh, no. Oh, my God, bro. Jesus Christ. I'm cringing so hard, bro.
This isn't even one that I reacted to, so he can't even explain why it's out of context. He refuses to, bro. What excuse did I give that was your fault? He said it so many times. It's not your fault since you could have known about my intent without me telling you, which I told you after the fact as extra info, not as a prequel to the future. Bro, why is he trying to fucking talk like a Genshin dialogue at this point? Bro, just use basic fucking words if you don't know how to communicate in the fucking first place. A prequel to the future. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you to be typing shit like that to me? Are you a fucking wizard?
Huh?
Bro, I've never heard the phrase prequel to the future before. That gave me cancer.
That is new. I'm with him there. Yeah, Bran needs to work on his dialogue, man. On dialect, I think it's called dialect. I could be wrong. Yeah, you need to work on your speech. Your English needs some more. And this is coming from someone whose third language is English. That's bad.
Dude, what the fuck was that? Your lack of accountability and the groveling for excuses and the constant attempts to try to bring me into this or draw comparisons to me or even...
Maybe BranOnline is Eren Yeager. And now he's changing the past so that he can become the founding Titan. Who knows?
Blame me.
He's creating himself he's creating to himself a nemesis so that way he can become the demon, so that way he can have the power of the founding Titan. Who knows?
For your actions is absurd.
Game theory I have right now. I think he just dropped us a strong reference here. There's a huge lore drop. This is foreshadowing.
It's kind of a banger, bro. Deadass, I feel like I took enough accountability. My OG reaction was not what you made it out to be. Ran, this has been my take since day one. And after today, you cannot even deny this take. You shining any negative attention towards any CC is enough for them to be brigaded because your community is fucking insane. If you...
As that AoE again. No. A part of it is weird as shit, just like a part of your community, Saintontas, is weird as shit. Maybe some of mine in the future, if I have a bigger audience, etc., etc. Some people farm that one particular minority, yeah, for like a Hoyo Shills, a Kudu Bass, mind you, they capitalize on one sentiment. And those people are typically pretty hostile. Those are the ones you can say this objectively about. Yeah, sure, we're with you there. Easy. But on this one, though, considering how Bran is, I strongly do not see how he's just a full-on Hoyo Shield now. He used to be in the past, and he did admit to that, and has since changed. I think we can all see that and confirm that. But, again, what you're doing here is, no. I'm going to have to keep pausing every time because that's kind of what we're here for. We got to make sure we don't get lost in sauce.
react negatively to a video, that person is getting brigaded with awful shit. I'm not even mentioned in your video, and they're calling me a rapist. That's how.
Well, it's because you talk shit about him, and so they can use that as a excuse to, you know, be mean, because that's all they care about. Because here's the thing. See, these people, they don't care about brand. They don't care about Saint. They don't care about Genshin. They don't care about Wood. They don't care about none of that shit. They're using that. They're using it to be able to have an excuse for their shit behavior. Because what they care about is to lash out. That's what they care about. Man, boy, ain't none of them kudu bats care about Saintontas' ass. Ain't none of them Hoyoshos care about Brand's ass. Nah, they don't give a fuck. And we know it. You know it. It's just very hard to recognize because of the shield they're using, and that's why they use it. Because if you are to recognize them for exactly what they are, they lose a lot of spark, don't they? Because you can easily dismiss them then. Oh yeah. It's like, this is, oh, so you're one of those, huh? So you're just weird in the head, huh? That's all you are. Okay. Well, I know exactly what you do with your kind. That's it. Because if you are to do that to them, they don't get any power. So they need that, so that way they get your attention and you try to discuss with them. And that's how they get you. Because now they got your attention, and that's what they're seeking. And once they have it, they're going to try to grandstand on you through their shitty behavior, because they're just unhappy individuals. Now you know. The more you know.
Bad your community is. I'm not even mentioned here, and they're calling me a fucking criminal, bro. What do you think your community does to people that you negatively react to? You've been dodging me, and they're calling me shit. And this is the take, Brand. You simply going ahead and reacting negatively in the ways that you do to these smaller creators actually ends their career. Because I'm pretty sure Crit Queen doesn't want to upload any more videos because of your community. I'm pretty sure Candybug doesn't want to upload any more videos because of your community. And this is the thing. I can see why, because you're...
What? No. What? No. He may have, again, played a part just like you can play a part, and you're okay with playing that part. As you said before, if I share a shit video, I will critique it. If you don't want me shitting on your video, do not make a shit take. You are also participating in other people not wanting to make videos anymore. You know what I'm saying? You are a part of it too, just like he's being a part of this one, for example. But you are part of that sentiment that you are right now complaining about. But the truth is, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that the fact is that happened because they made the shit take. That plays I feel like, the biggest part in what got them in hot waters in the first place. But here's the thing. I feel like as CCs, see, every time I upload, I'm like, I could have like a crap ton of dislikes, or I could end my career in this one video because of this one take. Because it could be taken somewhere with an angle that I haven't seen, or maybe I'm lacking some context that makes what I'm saying here look really, really bad. And that could be it. Right? I'm ready for that. I've experienced that. I've had those setbacks. But that's the name of the game. If you're not ready for that, or like, I'm sorry, I don't want to be a dick here, but I'm just being fair. You never had the mental fortitude for this hobby or this career path, if you want to look at it that way. Best example I can give is Hex Juice. Hex Juice, in the end of the day, could no longer carry on the weight of how heavy, well, let's just say, interacting with a controversial community and controversial behavior. She just ended up, you know, having a mask off moment, and she showed just how unhappy she was all this time and how much she was, how heavy her burden was. And she was like, you know what? Screw all this. I'm pretty sure she'll come back one day once she's fully well rested and more ready for this adventure. But back in those days, she didn't have it. She pushed anyway. I remember talking to her. She always told me she was just pushing and pushing. I feel like all of us were at the time because we were new. We're getting used to it. But unfortunately, so much things happened to her that it made it very difficult for her, and ultimately it crushed her and made her quit. So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that mental fortitude isn't something very important as to why a creator quits. So, especially when you know you are being controversial with what you're doing. So, you know, like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the CC in question and their action and their mental fortitude don't play the biggest role in this. But Saint is trying to say it's just because of one CC. It's like, come on, what are we trying to do here, bro?
Community just randomly calls.
That's that. I think he's ulting. See, I think this is his ult. So now he's ulting. Is that Saintontas touch? His ult.
People rapists without proof. It's upvoted like crazy, and then you won't delete them. And we've proven you won't delete them because we saw it refreshed, and this has been up for fucking like 15 hours, bro. It's been up for like 10 plus hours. This is what's going on over here. This guy is just straight up trying to deny reality. His community is toxic. They degrade the fuck out of people. If they're gonna
How many times did he say this? Just because you keep repeating it doesn't make it true. Jesus.
call somebody a rapist, they'll call somebody a racist. And
That's
so,
not
Brand,
the full
I'm
picture.
telling you, your community brigades people. You should know that by now, and stop chain reacting to small CCs for 3 days in a row so that they're on the fucking most wanted list in your community. Just stop doing that, and you'll stop getting shit from me. Stop harassing smaller CCs. Stop sicking your mentally ill community on them. Keep them leashed. Keep them contained. Just upload your Genshin good videos and put them in a fucking quarantine. Stop sending these retards to other people's fucking YouTube videos, bro. You have a responsibility.
I so want to believe that he's being a hero, a people's person. I have a hard time believing that after seeing them DMs, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And considering the track record, I have a hard time believing this.
To like, honestly,
I do want to believe it though, because I like to believe in the good in people. Surprise, surprise, right? Surprise, surprise. Especially for the OGs of this channel. I know some of y'all rolling your eyes right now going, Jesus Christ, this guy. But I do. So, but on this one, you gotta give me credit for the OGs. You gotta give me credit. I ain't buying as much, considering the fact. All right, a little bit of pragmatic there. You know, I'm optimistic, but I still like to be a bit pragmatic, as I like my worldview to be in the middle of both romanticizing the life and facts and realistic facts. You know.
Reacting to certain types of vids when you know
that's the best
that your
place.
community is just calling people rapists for no reason and you're leaving the comments up. You have like a civic responsibility at this point after seeing all this, but there's no accountability. And like I said before, he just gave himself more and more justification to just keep reacting. Doesn't matter if you're a small sub creator, you're still liable to have your criticism challenged by me.
But that's what you said back in the day too. Oh, Jesus.
BranOnline, the arbiter of justice.
How does he not hear himself? I'm surprised. Like, this is, I think, the 4th time he's saying it, and he's not saying, I can do that too. I already said that too. I don't know.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Stop reacting to other people's fucking videos, bro. You're ruining their fucking careers, bro, because your community is the worst one on the fucking space, bro.
Okay. It's because his community is bad because it has that minority, and yours is good because your minority is okayer than that one. Is that it?
Ain't no groveling. No attempts to bring you into this, my man. You did that yourself. You literally brought yourself into this entire situation by inserting yourself and using me as a scapegoat when people have even said you said other creators did way worse things.
That's a fair thing to say.
Bran, I just showed you. Bran, he said this to me. Bran said this to me after there's a comment in his comment section calling me a rapist. He hadn't deleted it yet when he sent this comment to me. Guys, he knows at this point I'm being called a rapist in his comment section. Bran, you're not being used as a scapegoat. And the crazy thing is, Bran, I don't know why you're out here spending so much time.
I was referring to the self-insert part. No, I'm not talking about the rest of the stuff. Self-insert, this definitely feels like a self-insert, that's for sure. That's a nice call out from Bran there, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even think about it like that, but now that he says it like that, yeah.
I'm writing these paragraphs to me when you should be writing them to Candybug to apologize. Have you DM'd Candybug yet? Have you said sorry? Because right now, you got people being called racist and rapists over gacha takes.
Why are we white knighting so much for the girl? Like, she don't know y'all.
And it's all originating from your comment section in your community. While other communities, like mine, are seen saying, get the fuck
all right,
away from this shit. Stop that shit. Stop. Don't do that.
the framing, man, the framing. He has to fill up his ult again. He's using the E again.
What are we doing here? Because this is the thing, Bran. I did self-insert into this drama.
Based. Nice admission. Based. Thank you, Saint. Freaking based.
Because I saw you punching down on another CC in the same exact way you punched down on me. Based!
Yeah, my man. My man. Yeah, take it. Hey, take it on the chin. Yes, I'm using this to my advantage. I'm being a true dipshit. Yes. Well, at least you know what? At least we can't call you a hypocrite and stuff. You know what? I like this. I do. I'm not saying what he's doing is right, but at least now I can be like, you know, at least he's a man that owns up to the shit he's doing. I can appreciate that. I do. I think we can all appreciate that at least. That's, yeah.
And then through that self-insert, we got to see the truth about your community, that they do brigade people, and
Here comes that AOE again.
they do call people racist. So we basically just have the proof.
I think Saint has 2 E's. He has the single target. You know what? Maybe he has maybe he's an SSR character. He has the normal attack, which is single target, and the E, which is AOE. He's a destruction unit. That fits actually.
Now you are actually the root cause of everything. And your own community.
What? No, that doesn't make any sense. He can't be the root cause of everything because that's on the person itself for making a bad video, just like you would. It's like, what?
Proof that.
How does he not still hear it? That
So let's
is
not be
beyond
out
me.
here trying to say it's other people, out of context clips, any of that. No, you did it. Because this is your comment section. Your community is liking this 69 times in an hour. That's all the proof you need.
The magic
This
number
is one of the
too,
most
I just
toxic
realized.
spaces in gacha. And you got to blame the creator for cultivating the most toxic space in gacha. Bran, you are a toxic creator. Because I don't know how you build a community like this unless you're toxic yourself. Get exposed, don't cry, and of course, don't make any more excuses. Just own up to it. Say you're going to change. Say you're going to become a better person. Say you're going to moderate better. You're going to get better mods. You're going to try to level up.
He has
your
a point here.
vocabulary,
True.
your
Bran
logic,
should
you
do
attract
that.
A more mentally
True.
intelligent audience, so you
True.
don't have all these retarded kids calling people rapists.
Yeah.
Bro, do something. Change it.
True.
Get better.
He's right.
Grow as a person.
Yeah, I'm with him
So that I
there.
don't have to keep calling you out for acting like a fucking 10-year-old.
Yep.
Is it because we have history? That's why I'm confused. Many people say my reaction was pretty milquetoast in comparison to others, which you also mildly gave a slap on the wrist. Bran, this is the thing. Your initial reaction wasn't that bad. I simply said your initial reaction was probably the reason why people are getting called a racist. Because clearly, I don't need to do anything to get called a rapist by your community. So she probably didn't have to do very much to get called a racist by yours. And so, you truly don't have to think very hard about this one. It doesn't matter how bad your reaction was. Your community is so bad that even a mild reaction leads to this. People being called rapists. So that should just let you know
How many times did he bring up that one comment? Man.
mild reactions or mild pushback from you ends up, well, resulting later down the road. They do say like a butterfly's wings, right, can cause a tornado.
True.
Brand, you
Butterfly
saying that
effect, yeah.
someone is wrong leads to them getting death threats because your community is mentally fucking insane. You contesting somebody's point in a video leads to your community sending death threats to that
That AOE again. He's Eing. He's using the E.
person. You saying that somebody is wrong leads to your community calling them a rapist in your comment section.
It's happening again. He's. Does he not have a cooldown on that? Like, bro doesn't even have a cooldown.
It doesn't matter what your intent is. You basically put in something.
Whoa. I think that matters a lot. I think that matters tremendously. Even in the court of law. Hold on now.
Mild, and your community generates a fucking nuke. So it's your responsibility as a creator. Stop doing the things that generate nukes. Because you reacting to small CC's videos is like you just making a bunch of nuclear bombs to go blow them up on their channel. And the sooner you recognize that, the sooner you'll hopefully stop doing it. Or
What he's trying to say, if you are to remove the hate and remove the toxicity from it, what he's trying to say is do better. You have to do better considering your size as a CC, which is what we're saying up until now, which is fair criticism. Framed that way. The way he's framing it is obviously a little too much.
because the views are good, you'll keep doing it because I think you're desperate for some money.
And low-key inaccurate. But I see his point. But it's still inaccurate.
Because Genshin Impact is a dying game.
Because he's blowing up
That
to...
could be it as well. I'm blaming you for misrepresenting very important parts and shading
Dude,
my character to
toxic
the point
proportions.
people think I actively called someone racist. Sent and laughed at death threats and more when it was obvious that was never the case. So, Brand, you did laugh at death threats. B, your community, I am not...
Is that framing again? We already established that. He couldn't hear himself. Damn.
99% positive your community sent the death threats after seeing what they said about me. And C, I'm 99% sure your community is calling her a racist after what they said about me. Because if they're going to do this, they'll brigade. If they're going to say this...
I'm not going to lie. Gacha Smack ruined Saintontas' hands for me. Because now every time he holds his hands or something like that, I remember how he tried to meme on him with him. Man, that's annoying to me right now. Smack went ahead and ruined Saintontas' hand movement for me, man.
Call someone racist. And that's a fact. Now we got this. I'm now getting spammed by people that's claiming you didn't delete your VODs on Twitch. That can probably clue you in on why people think your community is a brigading mess. I have no deleted VODs. Yeah, no, he's just lying. Bro, you deleted your fucking VODs, bro. Like, why does he keep saying he didn't delete them? You deleted your VOD, put it back up, and then you're saying you didn't delete it. Just admit you deleted your fucking VOD because you were getting some flack for your dog shit reaction, and then you decided to put it back later. That's the situation here. That's the BranOnline DM session. And hopefully, by the time you've made it this far, you can begin to understand why I decided to show these in the first place. Because this guy is one of the most, like, this guy is like an oily little snake. He's a little slippery one, just slithering through all the little cracks, right, to try to, like, hide the wrongdoings that he's been up to. But we've been ensuring to catch him on pretty much every single lie that he tried to weave in this ridiculous web of DMs. But this is the thing. I'm a bit of a smart guy. I'm able to understand when somebody's full of shit. And that's why I made sure to verify, double check every single little bit of bullshit this guy was trying to bring forth to try to create some sort of garbage narrative, right? To excuse himself, absolve himself of all. Because this guy is one of the most, like, this guy is like an oily little snake. He's a little slippery one, just slithering through all the little cracks, right? To try to, like, hide the wrongdoings that he's been up to. But we've been ensuring to catch him on pretty much every single lie that he tried to
like
weave
a Pokemon
in this ridiculous web of DMs. But this is the thing. I'm a bit of a smart guy. I'm able to understand when somebody's full of shit. And that's why I made sure to verify, double check every single little bit of bullshit this guy was trying to bring forth to try to create some sort of garbage narrative, right?
I think as a smart guy, you can also recognize the fact that maybe your bias got in the way of you just assumed that he came in bad faith. It could have been a projection there too, because you are coming in bad faith as well. Because, well, obviously, if you fight fire with fire, like, understandably so, but still not necessarily what I believe we should be striving towards, but to each their own, I guess. But still, I mean, I wouldn't say, like, it's fully smart when you consider the emotional side of the equation.
Excuse himself, absolve himself of all wrongdoing. That didn't happen today. And naturally, our video over here ended up being longer than Brand's actual video itself. That's why we're not going to be reacting to it. But hopefully you can understand why. Because this guy...
So all of this was, if you were going to react, all of this was going to be just framing and poisoning the well. Was that going to be it? Oh my God.
Has been caught so many times. It's finally time for him to get some justice. Ladies and gentlemen, Saint from the future over here. As a final wrap-up for this situation, it appears that BranOnline has finally been shamed into moderating his comment section. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he made an official post on his Discord over here, finally talking about how bad it is for other CCs to be accused of crimes.
I'm on the hill of maybe he was sick and he's with family and stuff like that. Like, you know, comment slips through the cracks. I don't know. That's just me, though.
In his comment section.
That makes the most sense to me. Because why would he leave comments like that? Like, this is too much.
Voted. And once again, for some of the context over here of the types of comments that fuels this type of shaming, let's check this out. 69 upvoted comment in 1 hour, and we're just accusing other CCs of crimes in the comment section. Yeah, no, and this is just you can't really go any way about that. So Brand has finally denounced that after, I think, being aware.
Kazuha Lover, of course. Of course. It has to be someone like Kazuha Lover saying stuff like that. Of course. That makes total sense.
Of these comments for over 15, 16, maybe 17 hours. At least he didn't take over a day, right? He just had to be embarrassed over like 2 or 3 stream, or like over a whole like 4-hour stream segment for me to finally do this. But I'm glad he did it. I will be banning everyone from YouTube who are doing this. And calling people heinous shit. You can hate someone without spewing vitriol, especially accusations of horrible acts that have no...
Vitriol? All these words and stuff. Is that beautiful English stuff?
No backing. Other than the slight grammar error, it's a pretty good sentence.
True. They got that vitriol on it, that touch.
Where I removed the messages and just didn't think to actually block them from messaging. So this is the problem here. So naturally, if this happens in your comment section as a content creator, you should be hiding this user. You would click it and then...
True. 100%. But see, I think this comment was deleted and then this very individual made another comment. But as long as it's okay, they're within their right to express themselves. I feel like as long as people don't make heinous stuff, I mean, freedom of speech is a thing, man, and critiquing is kind of what you do, is what I do, what people do. I mean, you complain that people aren't criticizing things. You call them grifters for it. So that's just them critiquing you. Even if they made a mistake before, it's not like that's irredeemable. Yes, it's very bad, but if they're willing to redeem themselves, that's good. I mean, it is the internet. We have to consider our environment. Just like I said before, for you, that people have to consider the environment we're in and what to expect in terms of behavior and be more, let's just say, understanding of it and navigate it accordingly. Not to be understanding in the sense of okaying it, but understanding it in the sense of not have that shock factor, because I feel like there was a lot of that shock factor. But once you understand it, there's not that shock factor. I feel like people can be more disciplined in their approach in how to navigate that stuff. In my opinion, that's just me though.
Like, hide them from your channel. That would delete all their comments everywhere, because you clearly don't want somebody that's falsely accusing others of crimes. Probably they're going to do that in other places, right? So it's a good idea to ban everybody. Like, just ban them as a whole.
I prefer also hiding user too. It's so good. Also, the person doesn't even know they're banned unless they're with a group and they try to make sure that their comment is shown. Then they know, but otherwise they don't, and I like that personally.
But he didn't do that, right?
I like how someone in chat also said Kazuha lover 1-1. That's, yeah.
The excuse that he's come up with over here, you can believe it if you want. Like, that's really all you can do. Like, he just has to trust you to believe him here. He didn't think to block them from messaging and had to be reminded, I guess, through me or my community to actually block that guy, not just delete his comment.
Are we doing Maze Moon again? No, you have to ban him. Ban him from your community. That's not up to you. And I feel like it's like criminals coming out of jail. They make a mistake in life. Yeah, he paid for it. So if he's willing to change his mannerism, that's good. That's good. Now he knows better. I feel like we're encouraging development for Ralph. That's a positive. Doesn't excuse what he did. That's why that shit got deleted. But if he's willing to do better, I feel like we should encourage that.
And apparently there was another one from 3 hours ago, which is either an actual one or someone posing as, like, stoking the fire. If I see them, they'll be gone. I recommend if you see any of them, let me know. At the end of the day, I blocked him, and I'm over it. He's talking about blocking me. I will not allow a false image of...
If he blocked Saint from Discord, that's bitchmade. Now, see, that would be bitchmade. But I'm confused here. I think I blocked him as in the user there. I recommend you, if you see any, you let me know. At the end of the day, I blocked him and I'm over it. I will not allow a false image of me. Just say, yeah, I think that's Saint. Yeah, that makes sense. And consider what Saint is saying. Okay.
Me to circulate, but I've done my part now. So, Brent, this is where we really you really need to start taking more accountability. You were aware of this for over, I think, 5 hours by the time I started the stream segment, and like the comment was still up while my stream segment was going. So like you were made aware of this comment for over like 5 or 6 hours and you still kept it up. I have the log showing, like literally I told you that I was being called a crypto.
True. I mean, to be honest, if I was Brand, as I'm DMing Saint and I'm shown that, I'm like, all right, hold up. I would immediately go, all right, hold up, go delete it. I'm like, done. I didn't see it. That's the truth, which I'm assuming. That's why I'm giving Brand the benefit of the doubt. But it would have really helped Brand's case if he would just acted that way. See, it's like I said earlier, Brand did not help his case at all.
In your comment section at 9 a.m. that morning, and at fucking 3 p.m., bro, the comment was still there. So again, like 5 hours later, that shit was still there. So Brand is kind of like doing a bit of a, I will not allow a false image of me. No, it's an accurate image that you're trying to repair. No, the image was...
Fair enough. Yeah, there is... That framing kind of works 100%.
You were allowing comments of people being called criminals in your comment section. You weren't even banning the users either. You were just deleting their comments so they could post it again. And the thing is, that is a true image. And now you're trying to repair it by, well, finally taking action against those individuals. Yeah. It's a true image. So it's not this, I don't get the whole false
you have
thing.
To take accountability for your lacking that you missed these guys. And you allowed them to do this in your comment section, for sure. Because this is very vile type of commentary. We're all for freedom of speech, but this one is a little crazy.
Damage your reputation.
Because that's not even speech that we want to hear. That's not criticism or anything. It's just... What are you trying to say there, bro?
Community damage your reputation. Your lack of action and lack of response furthered that damage. And now you're going ahead and trying to fix it, but it's not a false image. Let's not mince words over here. Let's not feel sorry for ourselves once again. If people want the actual full...
Yeah, which is the very thing Brand said about Candy Bug. Like, we're not gonna sit here and pretend like the person in question isn't the reason why this is happening. Like, Bran, that's you made this happen. So, yeah.
Story, just watch the original reaction to the follow-up, which has the context instead of a video using out-of-context clips and then showing 30 seconds of the follow-up and then leaking DMs. I'm moving on. GG, on to better things. Bran, the reason why we leaked your DMs in the first place was because you were caught lying in pretty much every single one of them. You were literally lying and trying to gaslight me in my DMs, and it was so bad, and I caught on to...
I don't think necessarily that's the case. I can see why Saint would think that, because he thinks Bran is coming in at him from in bad faith. But I think Saint is also looking at Bran's stuff in bad faith. And I understand why Bran wouldn't want to keep having a conversation with Saint, considering how he also could detect Saint is operating in bad faith. Yeah, I wouldn't want. I would do exactly what Bran did there, 100%. That makes sense.
It so quick, I just showed all of them and exposed all of it. And the fact you haven't even addressed where you've lied in the DMs either, you haven't even recognized you were lying in the DMs. You haven't recognized that you changed your story like 3 times, flopped back and forth like you were playing fucking tic-tac-toe, bro. And you're just trying to move on. It really does make it look like you're pretending nothing happened, which is crazy when you're being caught harassing and punching down on smaller CCs for views. Because that's the image of you right now. And it's not a fault.
I mean, the same could be said again about you. I mean, that's just part of the job. Anyways, that framing. Anyway,
false one, because that's objectively what you did, and you still haven't explained how.
No. Hold on.
Crazy when you're being caught harassing and punching down on smaller CCs for views, because that's the image of you right now, and it's not a false one, because that's objectively.
No, that's subjective. I'm sorry. Whoa. That's subjective. Hey, now. I know those words now too. I know what objective means and subjective means. That's right. Hey, you're gonna say past that. That's subjective. I think objectively looking at this, I think both y'all offer good framing on to what the events could have been. But all in all, some things I can easily go, this is that, as mentioned in the video so far, but it's still a weird gray area where I'm not 100% in either team. The only thing that could eliminate the gray area is going to be Candy Bug herself coming in and saying, thank you, Saints, or thank you, Bran. One of the two. Well, actually, if she says thank you, Bran, it means Saint was right. And yeah, she has to say to Bran, you don't have to apologize. No offense taken. Like, it's no big deal. Like, it's just people. It's not you. She recognizes exactly the dynamic that's happening. Besides that, I don't see how we can just say objectively who's in the right 100%, who's in the wrong here. No. And even in certain points, like this one, I feel like that's subjective because of how Saint thinks Bran is. That's his perception of the person. But for people like us who don't necessarily know Bran as much, despite his attempts at trying to frame him otherwise, considering the content and how we see Bran as, the framing doesn't necessarily click too much. But I can see that if the people that bought into the framing that Saint is painting here, yeah, you can safely say that to them, but not to us. I feel like the more nuanced you are, the more subjective this may seem to you. So no. Know what you're there, buddy. No.
Again, and still hasn't clarified where in my video anything is out of context, because he's just saying it is. and you just have
you didn't watch the full thing. That immediately makes things not fully contextualized. Like, it's a self-report.
Trust him. I don't see everything super quick because I'm not online much the past few days. Trying to relax and get better so I can play games I enjoy. I think he's playing Wuthering Waves right now, so I guess he is better. Maybe he was faking being sick. Who knows? Send me any people making false.
That's what I'm talking about. That bad faith right there. Yeah, see, everything could be. That's Saint 101 since day one on spawn. Oh man. Oh, who knows? He could be faking everything. It's that. You see, he expects the worst out of Bran. Hence why he would think this. So okay.
False accusations like below.
But then again, we don't have to. You think so? We understand you. Doesn't mean we're gonna buy into it though.
Get taken care of. So Bran is finally, I guess, owning up to the wrongdoings, but he managed to, while owning up to his wrongdoings, also make a bunch of excuses for himself again. And I think blame me as well in the process. I'm just beginning to recognize that, like, no matter what he does, I'm getting blamed for something here, even though these are all his own actions. And these are all the consequences of his own actions. But that's it. That's the same for the future segment. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.
Oh, well, there we are, man. We have finally reached the journey's end. We have reached Nezhnaya, man. Again, looking at it, Bran doesn't come out smelling like roses. Saint doesn't come out smelling like roses, unnecessarily, because this wasn't even about Saint. Like, he also admitted to it being a self-insert, pretty based. At least he admits it. And here we are. I think Saint made the situation more complicated than it should have been. I do. I think this is a selfish self-insert that harms the space for his own self-interest. I know that that's not what he's thinking, because in his framing, in his mind, Bran is the bad person. He's the villain. He's trying to be a hero to someone who didn't even ask them to be a hero for them. He's white knighting for them, which he also admitted to, using this to, you know, finally have his revenge. Therefore, we're basically having to go through this and see these factions go against each other, calling themselves names and stuff like that. So that corny ass beta cuck shit, trying to act all tough and shit, because, well, someone still has a grudge, a vendetta, which, as much as I can understand it, I don't respect it. I don't. Nah, I don't. I get it for the sake of content. I get it. And I get how you might feel that way and you want to act on it. I do. That's the human thing. But the whole point of us being in the modern society and modernized individuals is to go beyond that, because that comes off a little uncivilized. That's just me, though. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Be seeing you.